Live from the Maverik Center in West Valley City, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the rubber match of a three-game series between the Grizzlies and the Idaho Steelheads. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's game 67 of the regular season for both the Grizzlies and the Steelheads. And for the Grizzlies, it's the third game of the series, and it's the rubber match. On Wednesday night, Idaho came away with a 6-2 victory as they had one goal and two assists from Jake Murray. And Brian Thompson, the Idaho goaltender, was solid, stopping 32 of 34. Last night, the Grizzlies got a little bit of revenge. They got the first two goals of the contest as Brett Stapley and Tyler Penner scored in the first period. Idaho tied it up with two unanswered later in the frame. In the second period, Mick Messner scored a power play goal. Grizzlies had a 3-2 lead after two periods. Idaho was able to get a couple goals, but Cole Gallant extended Utah's lead to 4-2, and then Idaho scored two unanswered. The game winner was scored by Luke Manning. 13:44 into the third period. It was a power play goal, and it was Manning's first professional goal, and it turned out to be the game winner as the Grizzlies held on for the one-goal victory. Idaho did outshoot Utah 37-23 in the contest. It's kind of interesting. You think about the two games in the series. On Wednesday night, it was the Grizzlies. They got a 34-23 shot advantage. And then last night, it was the Steelheads that outshot the Grizzlies 37-25. So in both cases, the team that had the shot advantage ended up losing the hockey game. We'll see what happens here tonight. We know it's important for the Grizzlies to get off to a fast start. Here at home this season, the Grizzlies are 16-0-1 when scoring first. And obviously last night, the Grizzlies had the first two goals of the game. So it's going to be a fun one here tonight. Grizzlies taking on the Idaho Steelheads for the 12th time this season. Utah is 3-8 against Idaho. The victory last night was the first one for the Grizz at Maverik Center this season. Well, a couple Grizzlies have been red hot. Kyle Mayhew has a point in 6 straight games. He leads all-league rookie defenseman with 51 points. Dylan Fitz had 1 assist last night. He has 11 goals and 8 assists in his last 17 games. And Brandon Cutler has a point in 7 of his last 8 games. Well, it's going to be a big one here for the Grizzlies tonight. They are 6 points ahead of Allen and Rapid City for 4th place in the Mountain Division. Allen takes on Rapid City once again tonight at the Monument, and the winner of that game takes sole possession of 5th place. The Grizzlies are in 4th place in the Mountain Division. They are 2 points behind 3rd place Tulsa, and after one period, Tulsa trails Wichita 3-1. So a Grizzlies victory and a Tulsa regulation loss means the Grizzlies could be tied for 3rd place with Tulsa in the Mountain Division. Kansas City last night clinched the division championship for the first time in club history, and they really have been outstanding all year as Kansas City has 102 standings points on the season. Idaho is in 2nd place with 90 standings points, and Idaho has pretty much clinched the 2 seed in the Mountain Division. They will face the 3 seed in the Mountain Division playoff first round series, which could either be Tulsa, could be the Grizzlies, and who knows, maybe Allen or Rapid City goes on a big winning streak and they could find their way into the Kelly Cup playoffs. It looks like a good Saturday night crowd is filing in here for the rubber match of the series. Idaho won 6-2 on Wednesday, and the Grizzlies returned the favor with a big 5-4 victory. The goaltending matchup is the same as we saw on Wednesday night. It's going to be Brian Thompson for the Steelheads going up against Utah's Will Cranley. If you're in the West Valley area, come on down and enjoy some Grizzlies hockey with us. If not, we got the game right here on Flow Sports and audio coverage on YouTube. Your homes for Grizzlies hockey all season long. When we come back, it's the 14th and final game for the Grizzlies in the month of March. And we'll recap the month of March on the other side as we're in business on a Saturday night. And you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Tonight is the 14th and final game in the month of March for the Grizzlies. Utah's got a record of 6-5-2. It is the third straight month where the Grizzlies have a 500 or better point percentage, and that's certainly big. The Grizzlies really struggled out of the gate in the first couple months, but battled back to be in a position for a playoff spot. In the month of January, the Grizzlies went 7-6. They only had 3 home games in the month of January. They went 4-6 on the road and 3-0 at home as they swept Rapid City in a 3-game set. In February, in 12 games, the Grizzlies had a record of 6-5-1, and in the month of March, they are 6-5-2. So they have standings points in 8 of the 13 games in the month. Utah is 4-2-2 here at Maverik Center in March, and obviously there have been some Saturday night comebacks that have been legendary and will go down in Grizzlies history as some of the best ever. On March 9th, the Grizzlies overcame a 4-2 deficit. Brandon Cutler scored 2 third-period goals, and then Alex Bokosh got the game winner, which completed a night where Bokosh had 2 goals and 3 assists. And obviously 2 weeks ago is the Military Night Miracle as the Grizzlies trailed 4-1 with 3.5 minutes left in regulation. Grizzlies got a 5-on-3 power play. They scored on the 5-on-3, and then they scored on the 5-on-4 power play 48 seconds later. And then just 20 seconds after that, Josh Wesley tied it up at 4, and Wesley ended up with the overtime game winner on a power play as the Grizzlies came up with an improbable 5-4 victory. There have been some outstanding offensive performances for the Grizzlies in the month of March, and you got to look at Brett Stapley. He is tied with Kalamazoo's Eric Bradford, who's a former Grizzly. Bradford played with the club during the 2016-2017 season. Both Stapley and Bradford have 21 points in the month of March. Stapley is also tied with 2 other skaters in the league for the lead in assists with 14. Brandon Cutler and Dylan Fitz each have 7 goals in the month of March. Stapley also has 7 goals to go along with 14 assists. So Cutler, Fitz, and Stapley each have 7 goals in the month of March. Alex Bokosh leads Utah with 54 shots in the month of March. Remember, he only played in 12 games. So Bokosh averaging 4.5 shots per game in the month of March. Stapley led the Grizzlies with 21 points in March. And there's a 3-way tie for goals. Once again, Cutler, Fitz, and Stapley. And Dylan Fitz ended up with the plus-minus lead. Obviously, we got one more game to go in March. Fitz is a +7 in March. And so that's a big reason as to why the Grizzlies have been outstanding. Utah has had a pretty good offensive month, scoring 48 goals in 13 games with a 3.69 average in the month of March. And they're certainly going to need to score some goals here tonight as they're going up against an Idaho team that is averaging 4.25 goals per game. In fact, Idaho is tied for the league lead in goals per contest. The Steelheads have 280 goals through 66 games. Kansas City has 276 goals in 65 games. So with the 4-goal performance that Idaho had last night, Kansas City did jump them in the league lead by just a very small margin in terms of goals per game, as Kansas City has 4.25 goals per game, and Idaho is in second at 4.24. Both teams have been really used to playing a lot of close games. You know, you look at the Steelheads, they are 15-5-2-2 in 1-goal games this season. In fact, 5 of the last 9 games for the Steelheads have been decided by 1 goal, and last night was a 1-goal contest with the Grizzlies winning 5-4. Utah has done a pretty good job of winning the close ones here at home. They are 8-1-2 at home in 1-goal games. Grizz have been outstanding in the third periods as of late, as they are a +16 in the goal differential over the last 30 games. You know, we talked about how March is the third straight winning month for the Grizzlies with a point percentage of 500 or better, and they certainly needed it because the Grizzlies really struggled early in the season. They went 2-2 in the month of October. Then they went 4-5 in November. In December, the Grizzlies just finished with a record of 5-10. And at Christmas time, the Grizzlies had a record of 8-17, and they were in last place in the Mountain Division. Currently, the Grizzlies are in 4th place in the Mountain Division, 6 points ahead of the tie for fifth with Allen and Rapid City. Grizzlies are 2 points behind Tulsa for third place in the Mountain Division. When we come back, we'll give you the starting lineups for both teams as we're in business on a Saturday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for...
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value. So get more and get it today. Black Bear Diner.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Let's get to the starting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting Idaho Steelheads, who have a record of 43-19-2-2. They've been outstanding on the road. They have a record of 24-10-1. away from Idaho Central Arena. Starting in net is Brian Thompson, who's making his 32nd appearance this season. Thompson's got an AHL contract with the Texas Stars. Thompson has a record of 18-7-1-2 with a 2.78 goals against average and 911 save percentage. He has one shutout on the season. Thompson played his junior hockey with the Lethbridge Hurricanes of the WHL. He played in 5 seasons in the WHL. His best season statistically was last year, where he had a .919 save percentage and 2.64 goals against average. He signed a 2-year AHL contract with the Texas Stars back on July 26th of 2023. He got the victory on Wednesday night, stopping 32 of 34. So Brian Thompson will be the starting goaltender. Jake Kiley is the backup. Starting defensive pairing for the Steelheads, Reese Harsh. He was 6'4" and 201 pounds. He scored Idaho's first goal on Wednesday night. He has 4 goals and 4 assists in 35 games. He was just recently acquired by the Steelheads. He actually made his Steelheads debut on Wednesday night. Patrick Cudla is the other defensive starter. He has 56 points in 54 games, 10 goals and 46 assists. He is 6'3" and 188 pounds. Matt Register is back in the Idaho lineup after resting, kind of a load management type of deal last night. We also see Jake Murray, the impressive 6'3" defenseman who's an outstanding skater. Nick Canati and Trevor Zins are the other defensemen for the Steelheads. Scratches for Idaho include Sam Sternshine, Keaton Mastrodonato, Roman Rodzinski's a scratch, as well as Ty Pelton-Weiss, which is a huge one. Pelton-Weiss has 57 points in 52 games, and Colton Keller, the Grizzlies killer, is also out, as well as Ben Zalotti. Starting forwards for the Steelheads, their captain A.J. White has 59 points in 65 games, 24 goals and 35 assists. He'll be wearing number 18. Lyndon McCallum did not play last night. McCallum is back in there. He has 5 goals and 4 assists in 16 games. And Jordan Kawaguchi is also in the lineup. He had 1 goal and 1 assist on Wednesday. Overall this season, he has 24 points in 24 games. So starting forwards again are White, McCallum, and Kawaguchi. For the homestanding Utah Grizzlies, they're led by third-year head coach Ryan Kanaswich. Utah's got a record of 33-3 this season. They are 20-10-2 here at the friendly confines at Maverik Center. Grisby is waving the flag at center ice. Starting in net is Will Cranley, who saved 10 of 14 on Wednesday night. Cranley in 29 games overall this year has got a record of 8-13-3 with a 3.84 goals against average and 888 save percentage. Dante Januzzi's the backup. Starting defensive pairing, Josh Wesley, the son of 20-year NHL veteran Glenn Wesley, who's in the building tonight. Josh Wesley's got 17 points and 21 assists in 51 games. He'll be paired up with Kyle Mayhew, who should make the league's all-rookie team. Mayhew has 14 goals and 37 assists in 65 games. You also see Quinn Wickers paired up with Robbie Stucker. Liam Dennison's going to be paired up with Keone Teixeira tonight. That's the 6th defenseman for the Grizzlies. Starting forwards, Brett Stapley. who's in the top 10 in assists and points this season in the league. He has 68 points in 61 games. Also starting in a forward spot is last night's hero, Luke Manning, who scored his first professional goal. Manning has 1 goal and 3 assists in 8 games. He played at St. Thomas University, where he was a teammate with Idaho defenseman Trevor Zins. Brandon Cutler's also in there. He is second in the league with 250 shots on goal. Cutler is tied for 7th with 31 goals this season. The other forwards for the Grizzlies include Adam Berg. He'll be paired up with Cole Gallant and Alex Bocage. Aaron Aragon's going to be lined up next to Tyler Penner and Dylan Fitz. Watch out for Fitz. He's got 11 goals and 8 assists in his last 17 games. We will also see Mick Messner, who had 1 goal and 1 assist last night. And also in the lineup is Nathan Burke, who did not play in last night's game. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight at Maverik Center. Scratches are Cade Jensen, Michael Underwood, as well as Luke Salem, Max Neal, Jacob Semick, Jordan Stone, Cody Corbett's also a scratch, as well as Cody Caron and Blake Wells, who made his professional debut last night. Grizzlies are in a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Idaho's in either a gray or silver jersey, whatever you like. Black numbers, white trim, black on the shoulders. We'll come back and have face-off here at Maverik Center. It's the Grizzlies and the Steelheads coming up next on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
It's a great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line. The series is also on the line as it's the rubber match of a 3-game series between the Grizzlies and the arch rival Idaho Steelheads. Will Cranley will get the start in net. The first-year pro 2 years ago signed an NHL entry-level contract with the St. Louis Blues. He's a former 6th-round pick of the Blues back in 2020. He'll be wearing number 30. He's backed up by Dante Januzzi. We'll see Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew paired up. One of the best defensive pairings in the league. In net for Idaho is going to be Brian Thompson. Thompson's got an AHL contract with the St. Louis Blues. He'll be wearing number 30. He was Wednesday night's winner, saving 32 of 34. Brian Kanaswich, the third-year head coach, looking on. He's the all-time leader in goals, assists, and points in team history. Starting forwards again are Luke Manning, who was last night's hero. He'll be wearing number 8, the St. Thomas product. He's lined up with Brett Stapley and Brandon Cutler, as well as Josh Wesley, the Grizzlies captain, and Kyle Mayhew. For Idaho, their captain is A.J. White. He'll take the opening draw. He is lined up next to Jordan Kawaguchi and Lyndon McCallum. And the defensive pairing is Patrick Kudla and Reese Harsh. And yes, the guy blowing that horn is sitting exactly 2 rows in front of me. Referee for the third straight game is Hunter Mottinger. The linesmen are Craig Peterson and Andrew Collins. Grizzlies are skating from right to left as we see it from high top section 114. And your mind's eye see it on YouTube, which is essentially our radio broadcast. Idaho will be skating from our left to our right. Good Saturday night crowd. We had about 6,600 in the building last night, and we might get something similar to that here this evening. The puck is dropped. Idaho wins the draw, and we're underway as Kudla advances it towards Kawaguchi, who dumps it in from center ice. Cranley behind his net, flings it towards the far side, cut off by Kawaguchi. He fires towards the net. It's blocked by Stapley's stick. Now it goes towards Cutler, who's got an A on his sweater. He'll lead it to Stapley at center ice, who pushes his left for Mayhew. Grizzlies enter the zone and tap it to the near corner as Manning collides with Harsh. Stapley over there collides with Harsh as the Steelheads in front of their net. McCallum feeds it to the far side. Kawaguchi will drag it out to Neutron. Now he'll get it to White, left wing. White skates towards the far circle. Lefty shot goes high as it ricochets off the glass towards the near boards. Luke Manning gets it. He races out to center ice, but overskates it. Trevor Zenz, who is his college teammate at St. Thomas, pushed ahead. Grizzlies left side. Wesley shot. And a blocker saved by Thompson as the puck flies out of play off the protective netting. And we get our first whistle 47 seconds into the game. Everybody make your pick for the Optum first goal of the game. Who's scoring first for Utah tonight? I don't know. I'm terrible at these things. I think I'm going to go with Bocage, who's got 9 goals and 11 assists in 23 games. Bocage leads Utah with 54 shots in the month of March. He's my pick for the Optum first goal of the game. Draw one by Idaho. Matt Register did not play in last night's game. It was the first time he was out all season. Moves it ahead. Now skating in Kumon Cease, Arizona State product. Drops it off for Wade Murphy, who battles with Gallant. Murphy had 1 goal and 2 assists last night. He'll skate around Cranley's net towards the far side. Murphy centers the Merchant. I'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Cranley. Rebound goes to Gallant, who had a third period goal last night. He'll tap it off the near boards. Zenz ahead towards Murphy, wearing number 6. He'll push it back to Register, who's at the Idaho goal line. He'll zing it across to Zenz. Now ahead towards neutral ice as Merchant dumps it in. He had a goal last night in the first period. Murphy gets blasted by Robbie Stuckers back after missing last night's game. Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man. It's consecutive game number 210 over to Fitz, who fires a shot that bounced off of Thompson's shoulder. Jake Murray over to the far side as Aragon delivers a hit. Idaho crosses center ice. Connor Milamok enters the zone. He gets it poked away by Dennison. Aragon left side races towards the near circle. Lefty shot. Saved by Thompson. Rebound rolls back towards Thompson off of either Aragon or Murray's skate. And the Idaho goaltender holds on with 18:11 left in the first. Already a ton of action. I know the first period and all the action we saw with both teams scoring 2 goals really set the scene for a very exciting atmosphere and what turned out to be an outstanding game. And it looks like we're already off to a fast start here tonight. We're just getting underway, so pull up a chair and enjoy a little bit of Saturday with us. Grab some chips and dip in a beverage your choice, as this one's going to be a fun one. Grizzlies win the draw. Gallant high slot shot is blocked away out in front by Jake Murray, who's one of the best defensemen in the league. He had spent some time in the AHL with the Texas Stars, 19 games to be exact. As a battle over in the near boards, it goes to Gallant, left wing. He gets it poked away. Now right side, Teixeira, lefty shot is blocked by a Steelhead, 10 feet in front of Thompson. It was blocked by Jade Miller, who's playing his 100th game as a Steelhead. Over to the far side, Gallant pitches up top to Messner. Dangles, right point shot is blocked by Canadi as the puck flies towards the near boards. Niram pokes it ahead as Niram got blasted by Cole Gallant. Niram goes 6'4" and 225 pounds. Grizzlies deep in their own zone, skating from right to left. Teixeira over to the near side for Dennison, who leads it towards Stapley. It tapped off a stick, and it was Kudla's as it goes deep into the Steelhead zone. Manning chases after it as Register one-hands it towards the near boards. Kudla moves it ahead. McCallum gathers it the right side. Now White feeds it across to Arcuri. He had 2 goals last night. His shot is blocked by Wesley's. The hippity hops on the way towards Harsh, who taps it off the end boards. Mayhew dances in the near point. Now stops and throws it towards Wesley, who chases out to neutralize. Wesley will bounce it off a Steelhead. It flies towards the near boards. Manning towards the near goal line, gets spun around by Kudla as he'll pitch it out to Arcuri near side. He'll get to White at neutralize, who trying to move it to his left to bounce off a Cutler. As Manning left wing will chip it towards Cutler. Delayed offside. Grizzlies will tag up. In fact, it looks like they'll make a full line change as Manning will come off as well as Mayhew. Idaho drags it out to center ice. Cutler veers off to the right. He steps over the line. Right side shot saved by Cranley. Rebound goes to Cutler as Cutler will skate around Cranley's net. Cutler's got 31 goals this season. He'll loft it deep into the Steelhead zone. Adam Berg chasing after it. No icing. Berg's speed skates over towards the far corner with the puck as Berg, one of the faster Grizzlies. He'll skate towards the high slot. Lefty shot goes wide as he missed stick glove side on Thompson as Bocage will drop it off for Gallant. Register takes it away from Gallant as there's a battle over in the near corner. Gallant takes it away. He'll feed it to Stucker over to Wickers, who pitches it back to the near corner. Gallant has a tap off his stick as he gets pushed along the boards by Zins. Taking its Wade Murphy. He'll get it to Register as both teams will spread the ice. Arm is raised. We got a penalty. Who's it going to be on? As Gallant hit the ice, Will Merchant can't believe it as it looks like Idaho's going to get a penalty. It's not Merchant that got the call, even though he was arguing it. It was Trevor Zins, the St. Thomas product, who's going to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Matt Register is very upset with the call as well, and so is A.J. White. But the Grizzlies are going to be on the power play for the first time tonight. Zins pushed along the near boards near the corner, deep in the Steelhead zone. Both teams went 2 for 5 on the power play last night. Still no score, 15:58 in. Is left in the first period, so we're 4 minutes into the contest. Zins gets 2 minutes for boarding, 4:02 into the first period. Dylan Fitz is on the left wing. Cutler will take the face-off. Stapley's to the right. Up top is Bocage and Mayhew. Both teams have 2 shots. As a draw won by, the battle continues over in the face-off circle. And it's won by Idaho as Cutler will clear it out. Cranley behind his net will play it. And he'll drop it for Mayhew. Skates around Cranley. Mayhew with good speed. Gets around White with ease. He gets a new try, so throw it to Bocage right side across to Cutler. He steps over center ice. Now he crosses the blue and whips it around the boards. Stapley has a tap off his stick. Mayhew races towards the far point to keep it in. He'll veer it over towards Stapley. It gets up top to Cutler. He directs it to Mayhew, back to Cutler. Left side, over to Mayhew, high slot. He dances around. Now he feeds it to his right for Bocage. Bocage back to Mayhew. We dance around. He gets to Cutler near circle. Lefty shot. Saved by Thompson. Idaho gets the rebound, and White backhands it all the way towards Cranley. And as it bounces off the far boards, Cranley behind his net gets it as both teams make a line change. We're about 5 minutes in. Utah's taking 1 shot here on the power play, and there's still no scores. Mayhew crosses center ice. He'll get to Bocage down the middle. Steps over the line. And Idaho veers over to the far corner. Bocage runs it down, feeds it to the near corner. The only guy there is Register, who flies it out towards Cranley, who kicks it to the far corner. Idaho gathers it. They look for a centering pass out in front. McCallum swings and misses. Grizzlies come back the other way. Gallant over to Berg, who steps over the line. Berg is surrounded by 3 Steelheads. Idaho took the puck away, and Jake Murray clears it out to center near the Idaho bench. Wesley over there trying to step over the line. Berg joins the play. Wesley fires it in. Register behind his net. Will tap it off the near boards as Register hit Berg, and Register hit Berg with a stick. Referee wasn't looking, though. As we have 20 seconds left in Utah's first power play of the game, Wesley crosses center ice. Wesley down the middle, gets it chipped away. Idaho will sail it out towards Cranley. Puck glides along the far boards. Cranley cuts it off behind his net. He gets to Wesley as there's 5 seconds left in the power play. Wesley gets to new tries. Zins waiting to come out of the box. Zins is out. Unsuccessful power play for the Grizzlies. We're still scoreless. Aragon flubs it towards the near boards. It's taken by Gallant, who skates towards his right. Now he'll move it to the near goal line. Wickers looks to center to Aragon. Backhand shot. Goes over Thompson's head. Messner avoids a check of Cudlip as he skates towards the near side. Messner chips it back to Aragon in the corner. Aragon loses it as Cudlip will lead it towards Trevor Zins, who gets pushed in the back by Aragon as Zins crosses center ice and dumps it in. Wesley plays it behind Cranley's net as Wesley crossing center ice, and he'll fire it in as it tapped off the stanchion and rolls towards the near side. Idaho ahead as Milamok drops it off. Steelheads cross center ice. They step over the line. Kumatsis backhands it out in front. It goes wide. Nobody home. Milamok over to the far corner for Kumatsis, the Arizona State product. First full season as a pro. He'll throw it towards the end boards as Idaho gets held up. Our Curry with 2 goals last night, 22 on the season. He's only 20 years old. Aragon shovels it back to center as Idaho will skate back into the zone. Kumatsi centers, but the Steelheads are offside as our Curry entered before the puck. 12:53 left in the first period. Utah was able to get 1 shot off on their power play. Still no score 7 minutes in. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm. And our lights on. It's the power behind the team. And a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
No score here at Maverik Center. 12:53 left in the first. Both teams have taken 3 shots. Idaho wins the draw. They skate from left to right as we see it from section 114. Trevor Zins right wings it out to Kumatsis, who enters the zone. He'll skate towards the near corner. Now he'll kind of curl behind Utah's net as Milamak, the big 6'2 power forward, is being shadowed by Tekshera. Tekshera pushes Milamak, who as he's falling down gets to Kumatsis near side. Kumatsis right point up top for Zins. Righty shot sticked away by Cranley. Rebound goes towards the near corner. Stapley will direct it out towards Manning as puck glides towards Thompson, who covers up with Cutler chasing after him. 12:20 left in the first. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Fans take up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant as fans are still filing in here for what should be a very entertaining night of hockey. Grizzlies talking things over. Adam Berg, Cole Gallant, and Alex Bocage are a forward lineup tonight. Robbie Stucker back after missing last night's game. He's paired up with Quinn Wickers. The two guys that made their pro debuts last night, defenseman Luke Salem and forward Blake Wells, are both out of the lineup. As Gallant will take the draw, the Western Michigan product, who has 12 goals, and he's third on the club with 32 assists. Draw won by Idaho, as they'll lift it out to center ice. It's gloved and dropped by Wickers. Berg will backhand it in as Trevor Zins, far side, gets hit by Gallant as the puck squirts out to center ice. McCallum feeds it between Stucker's legs and chases after. He gets it as McCallum stops in the far corner, waits for everybody else to enter the zone. He'll drop it as the Steelheads skate down Broadway. Backhand shot. Blocker saved by Cranley. Shot was taken by the captain, A.J. White. Right point, Reese Harsh gets around Bocage. Harsh near goal line, now around Utah's net with speed. He'll center to White. Lefty shot goes wide. The ricochets off the boards. Cranley feeds it off the end boards. As McCallum was trying to get there before Cranley was able to brush it away. As Idaho trying to get back towards Cutler on the give and go. Grizzlies clear back to center. As Kawaguchi enters from the right side, Wickers one-hands it away. Reese Harsh gets blasted along the boards by Bocage. Idaho steps over the line. Down the middle, McCallum, righty shot is blocked by Stucker. McCallum, near side, whips it around the boards. Cudlip will feed it up top to Kawaguchi. Left side, lefty shot. Glove saved by Cranley. And Will holds on. Well, he's been busy here early on. He has stopped the first 5 over the first 8 minutes and 45 seconds of play. And because of that, it really feels like Cranley is getting into a groove here this evening. Aragon talking it over with Fitz and Penner. That forward line's actually been pretty productive for the Grizzlies over this series, as all 3 forwards have contributed. Off the draw, Idaho, left wing, righty shot is blocked by Mayhew, and it flies out to center ice. Shot was taken by Wade Murphy, who's one of the best scorers in the league. He's a plus 31. As Kanadi left wings out towards the Utah line. Taking it's Miller. He'll feed it around the boards. Kanadi gets it poked away as the puck towards the near wall. Aragon will saucer it out to center ice. The puck hippity hops towards the Idaho line where it's gathered by Murray, who moves it ahead. It bounced up Aragon. Glides towards Thompson. Kanadi runs it down. He's probably the fastest of all the Steelheads. He'll push it to Murphy across the center ice. Murphy enters his own left side. Lays it for Merchant, who gets it back to Murphy. Sharp angled shot saved by Cranley as Murphy fired away from the far goal line. Now near side, Merchant gets it to the corner. Mayhew pushes it towards Wesley as Aragon, far side, gets hit by Murphy. Register in the left point, keeps it in the Idaho attack zone. As Register danced around, now he'll whip it around the wall as Merchant couldn't reach it. Zins hustles after it. He collides with Fitz along the glass. As near corner, Merchant over there as Mayhew takes a spill, trying to hit Merchant as he was falling down. Fitz with the puck in the near side, and he'll race out to neutralize along the near boards. Fitz crosses center ice. He gets around Zins. Left wing, righty shot. Saved by Thompson. Glanced off his glove. Stays in play. Zins will zip it out to center ice. Nathan Burke, who missed last night's game, will backhand it in. He has 18 goals and 20 assists this year. Thompson will push it towards the near side as Zins moves it ahead to Niram, who couldn't handle it. Idaho steps over the line, but they're offside. That's the second time Francisco Arcuri was a little bit anxious entering the attack zone before the puck. 9:42 left in the first. Draws going to be neutral ice. Both teams have 5 shots. It's a potential first-round playoff series. Idaho is going to be the 2 seed, as last night Kansas City won the division. Utah is 2 points behind Tulsa for third place in the division. Draw won by Utah. It's game 67 of the regular season for both clubs here tonight. Keone Teixeira dumps it in. Teixeira, as well as Brandon Cutler, have the A's on their sweaters. As Teixeira keeps it in right point, he'll throw it to Messner behind the net. Messner skates towards the net, and he gets it poked away as Idaho will brush it ahead. Willie Niram gets the bouncing puck. He crosses center, and he'll pitchfork it in. Taking it's Mayhew, and he'll push it behind his back for Teixeira. Teixeira left wings it out to Burke, who catches the hot pass. He'll cross center ice, and he'll loft it in. Grizzlies make a full line change. Stapley enters the play along with Quinn Wickers and Robbie Stucker. Luke Manning on the ice, right side. Stucker, he'll take a shot. It's blocked away by Thompson. Stucker still looking for his first as a Grizzly. Manning over towards the end boards. Puck squirts towards Thompson and in front of the net. It's taken by Idaho as they'll lift it high into the air. A gentle push in a mild arc, and the Old Biscuit bounces near the Utah blue line. Kawaguchi in the attack zone near side. Gets double teamed by Cutler and Wickers. As puck ends up on the right side, Canati. Across, Jake Murray, lefty shot. Glove saved by Cranley. AC holds on as Murray fired a low liner. Cranley was able to snatch it about knee high. So the whistle blows with 8:37, or make that 8:35. Easy for me to read a scoreboard of all things. Still no score. Both teams are up to 6 shots. As Will Cranley looks like he's seeing the puck pretty well here tonight. Draws on the far side, still no score. As Utah wins it, Manning will push to his right for Cutler. Cutler dangles, gets to center ice, and he'll dump it in slowly. Manning chasing after it. He gets there about the same time as Canati, as Manning goes spinning around. As Idaho gets towards McCallum, who carries it out to center ice. McCallum will dump it into the near corner slowly. Jake Murray, who's an outstanding prospect. 6'3", 200 pounds, outstanding skater, moves along well, makes good decisions. As he battles with Stucker, as puck ends up on the right point, A.J. White skates towards the middle. He'll take a lefty shot that goes over the crossbar and hits off the glass. Now right side, all alone. Milamok shot saved by Cranley. As Wickers delivers a hit in the near corner. Wickers was featured in a Flow Hockey article earlier today, or yesterday is when that was published. Manning will push to his left as the puck gets air under it. Grizzlies make a full line change. 7:42 and counting left in the first, still no score. Both teams have 6 shots. Wesley ahead to Berge, gets back checked and divorced from the puck. Bocage at center ice will move it across to Mayhew at the Utah line. Mayhew surveys, now he feeds to his right. Hot pass connects to Gallant, who will loft it towards Thompson, who kicks it off 2 skips of the ice. Near corner, Bocage delivers a hit. Berg gets pushed by Milamok. As the Steelheads want a penalty, Utah's got the only power play so far. Zins is slow to get up. At center ice, crossing it is Milamok, whose father is a Steelheads legend. He'll toss to the right corner. He's a good hockey player, though. He earned his roster spot. As Murphy in the far side, he's not on the team just because his father's a legend. As Mayhew brushed it away from Merchant behind Utah's net. Far side, he'll tap it off the glass. Berg chases after it with good speed as the puck wobbles on its side like a spinning top towards Thompson. Taken by Harsh, who skates around his net. Now Harsh being checked by Bocage, feeds it to Register. Register near side, angles it to his left as it bounced off a Murphy stick. Aragon in the Grizzly zone will tap it to his left for Dennison, the Merrimack product. He'll enter from the left side. He'll survey, drops it for Teixeira, gets to the right side for Fitz. He gets spun around from behind by Miller. Now puck battles, right side, Penner shot. Saved by Thompson as Penner was about 5 feet in front of the crease. He was battling with Harsh. Puck ended up with Penner. Didn't get all of it. Kind of fired a changeup on Thompson. He was able to gather it and stop play with 6:31 left in the first. Well, it's been a very competitive contest as Willie Niram and Dylan Fitz talk things over. Fitz has a laugh, sporting a mustache. Fitz, one of the guys with a good sense of humor on the club. Boy, Penner is battling with Harsh. Then he was able to find the puck and take a shot. Fitz is one of those guys, he'll be in front of the net all night. And for Niram being 6'4" and 225 pounds, you know that Niram's going to be in front of his net as well. As Grizzlies are up to 8 shots, Idaho's taken 6. They're working on some ice in front of Thompson's net. Both Thompson and Utah's Will Cranley sport the number 30 on the back of their jersey, or sweater, if you will. It's one of those big hockey debates on and on. Is it a jersey? Is it a sweater? But the way the material is these days, it's probably more of a jersey than a sweater. Although I know I sweat about 2 minutes after wearing one of those things. Grizzlies win the draw. Right side, Aragon takes a lefty shot that goes over the crossbar and high, and it bounces off the glass. Fitz battles with Niram and Register as the puck ends up with Idaho as they'll tap it off the near wall. Niram gathers the puck, and he'll drag it out to center ice. He'll push it ahead, looking for Arcuri. Goes back towards Niram as Arcuri was surrounded by 2 Grizzlies. Aragon moves to his right for Penner, steps over the line, fakes a shot. Now he takes a righty blast, and is blocked away by Thompson. Register near side. Will hiking out to center ice, trying to dump it in. It bounced off a Wicker stick as Burke will push it towards the Idaho line. It's taken by Kanadi, who saucers out to center ice off the near boards. Wicker's back at the Utah line, pushes across to Stucker. He'll lead it out to Gallant. Blue line to blue line pass, flies into the Steelhead zone as the Steelheads wrap it around the wall near side. Wickers over towards Burke, the Minnesota product, who also played at Bowling Green State. Wickers taps it ahead as Messner will squib it into the Steelhead zone. Grizzlies get new forwards on the ice as Manning enters with Cutler, and Messner stays out there. Outlet pass is picked off by Mayhew at center ice. He'll skate down the middle. He steps over the blue line, drops it for Cutler, right side. Cutler skates towards the corner slowly. Now he feeds up top to Messner. Hot pass connects back to Cutler. Far side shot is blocked by Idaho as they'll tattoo it off the near boards. Wesley couldn't reach it. Cranley way out of his net to outlet it off the near glass. It's taken by Nick Canati near side as he'll feather it towards McCallum near boards. McCallum angles it towards the far side. It ricochets off the boards near Utah's bench as Wesley saucers over to Mayhew at the Utah line. He'll push it to his left for Cutler, steps over the line. He'll dump it to the near corner. Stapley chasing after it, but Idaho gets there first as Murray gets it to Canati. He whips it around the boards. Far side, Merchant will tap it off of Wesley. Puck kept the opposite to Kumatsis, who gets the new trice. He'll lead it towards McCallum, who pushes ahead. As the Steelheads enter the zone on side, Kumatsis over to Merchant near goal line. Skates in, shot saved by Cranley. Wesley will tap it off the near boards. Fans like the defensive effort of Josh Wesley. Murphy trying to keep it in. Backhand shot, skips on Cranley, and he gathers it on one hop of the ice and holds on with 4:13 left in the first. Quite a bit of good hockey. Both teams defensively have been on point. Utah's outshot Idaho 9-7. There's still no score late in the first. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
.412 left in the first period. Utah wins the draw. They're in their own zone, skating from right to left. Bocage left it towards the near boards for Dennison, who leads to Berg. Berg battles with Reese Harsh. Puck goes back towards Dennison, where it's taken by Merchant, who dumps into the Grizzlies zone. Dennison cuts in front of Merchant in the near corner. As Merchant looking for a centering pass, couldn't handle it. Idaho shot, saved by, and it goes wide. As right side, they get it up top to Harsh. Now across, Kudla. Down the middle, lefty shot is blocked by Gallant. Harsh feeds it to the far corner. Bocage skates after there, gets there before Murphy. Now Idaho gets it back. Merchant feeds it up top to Kudla, who drops it back for Merchant. Left side, Merchant skates towards the far circle. Now he gets it to Kudla, who skates towards his right. Kudla in the high slot near the blue line. Now he's at the right point. He'll stop along the near boards as he continues to survey. Now he shuffles towards the corner. Now feeds it to the middle for Murphy. Righty shot is blocked by Bocage As Cudla battles in the near corner with Gallant. As Cudla trying to poke it away. Cudla, second year with the Steelheads, skates along the near goal line. Now around Utah's net. He'll curl it out in front. Lefty shot is blocked away, and it goes out of play. As what a great play by Patrick Cudla, displaying some patience. Was able to center it to Milimak, who took a shot and it bounced off of Cranley and flew out of play. 3:09 left in the first. Will Cranley certainly been on point here so far tonight. Idaho averages 35.9 shots per game, which ranks second in the league. Grizzlies in the middle of the pack in shots for and shots against in the league. Draw in the far corner. In the far circle of the Grizzlies zone, near the far corner, that is. Miller's kicked out of the faceoff circle. Milimak will take the draw. Connor Milimak, 6'1" and 205 pounds. He has 12 penalty minutes in 5 games. Penner wins the draw for Utah. Wickers over to Aragon near side. He had a goal on Wednesday night and was a +2. Fitz over to Penner, who throws it back to the center red line. Idaho gathers the puck. Milimak feeds it to Zins. The St. Thomas product. He'll zip it over towards Register, back to Zins, who's at the Idaho line. He'll pitch it ahead. Puck gets deflected off the stick, stays in play. Cranley behind his net, forces it to the far corner. As Idaho will filter it up top. As Register over to Zins, high slot. Righty shot goes wide as he went stick side on Cranley, but missed the net. Penner has it hipping up off his stick. It goes back over to Register, who gets the Miller back to Register at the Idaho line. He'll push it over to Zins. 2.5 minutes left in the first period. Still no score. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 9-8. Register will skate behind Thompson's net as the Steelheads spread the ice. Grizzlies get some new forwards out there. Burke is out there with Messner and Bocage. Idaho crosses center ice. Messner took it away. Burke in the area, but Kawaguchi gets it back. He'll throw it across as Idaho left wing enters the zone. Steelheads, A.J. White shields Burke away from the puck, almost like a basketball screen. Drops to the corner for our Curry, loses it. Burke, left wing pass out to Mayhew, skates down the middle. He'll push to his right. Grizzlies enter. Bocage, righty shot. And a save by Thompson, who just absorbed it in the breadbasket, or about chest high, and didn't allow a rebound. As Thompson so far has stopped 10 of 10. His play is stopped with 1:53 left in the first. One of the impressive things about Thompson, both on Wednesday night and what we've seen here early on, he does a great job controlling rebounds. He doesn't allow many second chances. Grizzlies had at least 2 goals in last night's game on second chances. Penner in the first period, then obviously Manning with the game winner. The initial shot was taken by Messner that bounced off of Jake Kiley, and Manning was able to get the rebound and put it away for his first as a pro. Idaho wins the draw far side to get to Kawaguchi, who crosses center ice along the far side. Now he steps over the line. He'll lead it towards our Curry. It's poked away. Idaho keeps it in. Our Curry over in the far corner couldn't handle it. Bocage will zip it out to center ice for Burke. Over to Messner. Right wing, he steps over the line. 2-on-4. He stops, waits for everybody else to enter the zone. Puck to the middle for Manning. He'll take a lefty shot. He scores! Luke Manning now is a goal in back-to-back games, and the Grizzlies have taken a 1-0 lead. Boy, great hustle by the Grizzlies as they ended up getting it to a wide-open Luke Manning. Manning could do just about anything he wanted with the puck there. Could have skated in on Thompson, found a good shooting angle, and he went glove side past Brian Thompson. As Luke Manning, he's been a great addition for the Grizzlies as he just fired it glove side past Brian Thompson. That's been one of the big things. You know, Grizzlies have had their scoring chances, and they bury them. They buried them there. Idaho wins the draw, right point. Murphy shot, saved by Cranley. He holds on as the whistle blows with 1:23 left in the first. Manning was the #1 star last night. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. As an assist going to go to Kyle Mayhew, now has a point in 7 straight games. And Mick Messner, who had 1 goal and 1 assist last night, picks up his 22nd assist of the year. So it's Manning with the goal, Messner, and Mayhew with the assist. Time of goal, 18:32 into the first. 1-0 Grizzlies. They are 16-0-1 at home when scoring first. Teixeira will fly it all the way into the Steelhead zone and bounced off of Harsh's glove and rolls towards the end boards. Cutler cuts off the Steelhead and Patrick Cudla, but it goes back to Idaho. And it's racing out to center ice to the fast Kumatsis. He gets blasted by Stapley. Puck goes to Mayhew, gets it towards Stapley, trying to brush it ahead. Kumatsis keeps it in the right side, fumbles the puck a little bit at the slot. As puck bounces towards Murphy, gets there before Cutler, backhand shot is blocked by Wickers. Cutler high slot, drops it for Harsh. He'll stop in the right point. Now he'll skate back towards the high slot. He'll zip it off the far boards as Merchant whips it around the wall, as Dennison couldn't accept it behind Utah's net as he got a stick held up by Murphy. Cutler one hands it towards the far circle, rolls towards Cranley. Idaho bouncing off a Cutler. Far corner, Idaho. Patrick Cutler surveys. Now he zips it up top. Kumatsis right point will take a lefty shot that's blocked by Stapley. Murphy right side gathers the puck. He'll feed it to the near circle as we got 23 seconds left in the period. Rink wide pass towards the left point. Kumatsis over towards Murphy, who chips it back towards Kumatsis. Lefty shot goes wide. Right side, Cutler keeps it in the attack zone. He fakes it to Harsh. Now he gets to Harsh just outside the near circle. Harsh reverses his field, feeds it back towards the end boards. 8 seconds left in the period. Harsh gets it back. He looks at the clock. He'll get it up top. Cutler throws it towards the right circle. Kumatsis fires towards the net. Glove save by Cranley at the buzzer. Boy, Cranley's been quick as a cat here tonight. And that was a great glove save. Kumatsis had a pretty good look right at the buzzer. And Cranley snatched it about waist high. Boy, outstanding period for Will Cranley, who brought his A game here tonight. Brian Kanasowicz talking with Brandon Cutler as both guys walk off the ice. Boy, that was a quick one by Kumatsis. And Will Cranley, he's been on point here so far tonight. Utah outshot Idaho 11-10 in the first period, and the only goal was scored by Luke Manning, who was wide open down the middle, as he now has a goal in back-to-back games. Mick Messner and Kyle Mayhew picked up the assists. So it's 1-0 Utah. Grizz, when leading after one period at home, are 10-0. So we'll see if that holds true here tonight. They are facing a pretty good Idaho Steelheads club, who is in second place in the Mountain Division, and they've got 90 standings points. They're one of the elite teams in the league. But a pretty good start for the Grizzlies. It's an electrifying atmosphere, and the Grizzlies put together a great effort in the first period. When we come back, we'll recap the first 20 minutes of play, and we'll also go over some scores from around the league, in particular the Mountain Division battles. As Grizzlies, if they win tonight and Tulsa loses in regulation, Grizzlies will be tied for third place in the Mountain Division. We'll come back and recap the first on the other side. Once again, it's the Grizzlies 1 and Idaho 0. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
To save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smiths app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smiths.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
First intermission here at Maverik Center, and we're having a ton of fun as it's game 3 of 6 straight here at Maverik Center. It's the last home game for the Grizzlies against Idaho this year. Remember, the Grizzlies end the regular season with 2 games in Boise. But remember, the homestand continues on Wednesday night with the Smiths family night as the Kansas City Mavericks will be in town for the first time all season. That's the first place Kansas City Mavericks, who have the best record in the league. They're led by fourth-year head coach Tad O'Had, and they've got an outstanding group of forwards. And we'll see what happens next week. Remember, it's going to be next Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Wednesday's a Smith's Family Night. Friday's an AFCU Friday, where tickets are just $10 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. Saturday night is going to be Fan Appreciation Night presented by Les Schwab. So that's going to be a ton of fun. That's next week here at Maverik Center. Well, tonight we got a good crowd and a great atmosphere, and the Grizzlies played a really good 20 minutes of hockey. And in particular, it looks like Will Cranley's got his A game. He was quick as a cat, and he displayed an outstanding glove. You talk about those web gems, in baseball when you see those highlight catches. Well, Will Cranley put together quite a few web gems, including one right at the buzzer that was fired by Demetrius Kumatsis from the right wing. Game was scoreless for the majority of the first period. The only penalty was Trevor Zins, who got a boarding minor. 4:02 into the contest. The Grizz had one power play shot. It was a very evenly matched first period. Brian Thompson looked good for Idaho. Both teams defensively did a good job protecting their house. And that's probably the area in front, not only in the crease, but, that area in front of the crease as well. Both teams did an outstanding job protecting those areas. The only goal was scored by Luke Manning. Kind of a scramble play. Grizzlies worked the puck around pretty well. Manning just streaked down the middle of the ice. The puck was over in the far circle. Once Manning got it, he was wide open. He could have done just about anything he wanted to. He picked a shooting angle, and he was just right. He was probably a little bit towards the left of Thompson, kind of more towards the stick side. Found a little bit of room up over his left shoulder and fired away and gave Utah 1-0 lead. It took a few games for Luke Manning to get on the goal-scoring sheet, but he now has a goal in back-to-back games. In fact, he has a goal in the last two periods. He scored in the third period, 13:44 in. That turned out to be the game winner on a power play goal. He scores tonight, 18:32 in, with Kyle Mayhew and Mick Messner getting the assists. We talked about Manning over the last few games. He was a pretty good goal scorer in college at the University of St. Thomas. This season, had 7 goals in 37 games. Before that, had 8 goals in each of the other 2 seasons, his sophomore and junior years, his junior year being last season. He had 1 goal in 9 games with St. Thomas as a sophomore. He originally played at the Air Force Academy in the 2019-2020 season and had 8 goals in 35 games, 8 goals and 4 assists. So Luke Manning, the Stillwater, Minnesota native, has looked strong for the Grizzlies over the last couple contests. And how about Kyle Mayhew? He now has a point in 7 straight games. And Mick Messner's really picked it up. Last night he was outstanding, 1 goal and 1 assist, and he was active and agile. And, tonight looks like Mick Messner's brought his A game as well. You can just tell based on the effort and attention to detail that the Grizzlies have through 20 minutes just how important this game is. You look at the Mountain Division standings, and right now the Grizzlies can look at third place, and it's right there. After 2 periods, Wichita leads Tulsa 4-2. So if Wichita holds on for a victory and Utah comes away with 2 standings points, assuming Tulsa loses in regulation, Grizzlies would be tied with Tulsa for third place in the Mountain Division. Kansas City's wrapped up the 1 seed. Idaho's going to be the 2 seed in the Mountain Division. Really, it's that 3rd and 4th spots that are up for grabs. Who knows? Could be Utah, could be Tulsa. Tulsa's got a schedule coming up. This is game 66 for the Oilers, so they have 7 games after tonight. They have 3 against Wichita and 3 against Allen after tonight. So they got 6 games after tonight, 3 against Wichita and 3 against Allen. So those are big games for Tulsa, and especially those last 3 games, Tulsa and Allen. It's possible if Allen's able to win a few games here down the stretch, those could be big games for them as well. Allen and Rapid City are both in 5th place. They are tied for 5th, 6 standings points behind the Grizzlies. And right now, after 1 period, Allen has a 1-0 lead. Rapid City's been hot as of late. They have won 4 in a row, and Allen has lost a few straight. After 1 period, Allen leads Rapid City 1-0. The only goal scored by the Americans was Liam Finley, picking up his 8th of the year. Kobe McCauley and Ty Farmer with the assists. Here at Maverik Center, the Grizzlies have a 1-0 lead. Shots were pretty close to even throughout the first period. Utah ended up with an 11-10 edge. Tyler Pender, the Grizzlies Iron Man, had 2 shots, and then 9 other Grizzlies had 1 shot in the first period, including Luke Manning, who scored the goal 18:32 in. For Idaho, they had 10 shots. Demetrius Kumatsis and Will Marchant each had 2 shots, and then 6 other Steelheads with 1 shot each. So it looks like it's going to be a fun one here throughout the remaining 40 minutes of regulation. In the first period, the Grizzlies had 6 scoring chances to Idaho's 4. Grizzlies won 9 faceoffs, and the Idaho Steelheads won 6. Grizz had 12 hits. Idaho had 7. Utah with 5 giveaways, and Idaho had 8 in the first period. Grizzlies put on a lot of pressure, really forcing Idaho's defensemen to make quick decisions with the puck. Patrick Cutler was pretty impressive for Idaho. He did a lot of surveying. He was really patient with the puck. He made good decisions. Really for the Grizzlies, it's just one of those things. They did a good job staying out of the penalty box. They didn't take any penalties. That's part of Idaho's bread and butter. The Steelheads do have the number 1 power play unit in the league at 29.1%. On Wednesday, the Grizzlies didn't commit a single penalty, at least that was called by the referee. Idaho didn't have any power plays on Wednesday. Last night, we saw quite a few more penalties on both sides, and both teams ended up going 2 for 5 on the power play. So special teams certainly played a big factor in last night's game. It really didn't in the first period. Utah only had 1 shot on their lone power play early in the contest. But we'll see if in the final 2 periods, if the officiating, in particular Hunter Modinger, the referee, if he tightens things up a little bit, and maybe we'll see some more power plays on either side in the next 20 minutes. So Utah leads Idaho 1-0. When we come back, we'll go over some NHL scores on this Saturday night. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
First intermission, Utah leads Idaho 1-0. In college basketball, the UConn Huskies go to the Final Four. They outscored Illinois 49-29 in the second half. UConn came away with a 77-52 victory. At the half, in the West Region Final, 4-seed Alabama leads 6-seed Clemson 35-32. The winner goes to the Final Four there. So UConn goes to the Final Four. Alabama or Clemson will be another team in the Final Four. And then tomorrow, Tennessee takes on Purdue. And the Cinderella story of the tournament, NC State. Patrick McCarthy, who works in the ticket office here, he must be ecstatic that NC State, who was an 11th seed going into the tournament, they face Duke in the Elite Eight tomorrow evening. In Major League Baseball, Braves win. Braves get a 12-4 victory over the Philadelphia Phillies. In the NHL, very busy Saturday night in a shootout. Florida defeated Detroit 3-2. In overtime, Vegas got a 2-1 win over Minnesota. Edmonton defeats Anaheim 6-1. The Rangers get an 8-5 victory over the Arizona Coyotes. That game played at the massive Mullet Arena. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, get a 7-4 victory over Nashville. Toronto shuts out Buffalo 3-0. It was also a 3-0 shutout as Carolina got the better of Montreal. Chicago defeats Philadelphia 5-1. Beck Ritzel, who works in the ticket office, has to be happy about that. Tampa Bay defeats the New York Islanders 4-1. Ottawa over Winnipeg 3-2. In a shootout, Boston got a 3-2 victory over Washington. At 8 o'clock, the LA Kings take on Calgary. And also at 8 o'clock, the Steelheads NHL affiliate, the Dallas Stars, are at Seattle. When we come back, we'll have second period action here at Maverik Center as Utah leads 1-0 on Luke Manning's second of the year. Other baseball scores, games have gone final. Brewers defeat the Mets 7-6. In 10 innings, the Tigers get a 7-6 victory over the White Sox. Baltimore looks like they're going to be outstanding this year. They defeat the Angels 13-4. Cleveland goes to 3-0 this season. They defeat the Oakland A's 12-3. Twins over the Royals 5-1. Nationals get a 7-6 victory over the Reds. Pirates go to 3-0 this season. They defeat Tim Broussard's favorite team, the Miami Marlins, 9-3. Sorry, Tim. Rays over the Blue Jays 5-1. Rangers get an 11-2 victory over the Cubs. Games in progress. After 8 innings, the Yankees have a 5-3 lead. Yankees are 3 outs away from going to 3-0 this season. Giants lead the Padres 9-1 in the top of the 9th. Rockies have a 7-3 lead over the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 5th. Top of 3, no score between the Cardinals and Dodgers. And halfway through the first inning, Seattle has a 1-0 lead over the Boston Red Sox. When we come back, we'll have second period action as both teams are heading onto the ice. We saw some outstanding goaltending work. Will Cranley for the Grizzlies and Brian Thompson for the Steelheads. We'll come back and have second period action on the other side. Once again, the score is Utah 1, Idaho 0. This has been the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
That's another fun Saturday night battle. And if it's anything like the previous 2 Saturday home games, we're in for a good one. Remember, the Grizzlies overcame a 4-2 third period deficit against Rapid City. Brandon Cutler scored 2 third period goals, and then Alex Bocage got the game winner. Bocage almost single-handedly won the league's player of the week due to his 2-goal and 3-assist effort. And I don't think anybody will forget either the people that were still in attendance or the people that left early for the Military Night Miracle, where the Grizzlies overcame a 4-2 deficit and scored 3 goals in 68 seconds. To start the third period, the lone goal scorer, Luke Manning, will take the dries out there with Stapley and Cutler. The defensive pairing is Wesley and Mayhew. A.J. White is out there for Idaho. He's out there with Kawaguchi and Lyndon McCallum. The defensive pairing is Reese Harsh and Patrick Cudla. Grizzlies skate from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. Manning wins the draw, gets to Wesley, right wing. He'll zip it around the boards. Thompson lets it go towards the far side. Harsh will let it go back deep in the Grizzlies zone. Mayhew runs it down. Cranley lets it go towards the near corner for Wesley, who zips it to Cutler, who drops it for Manning, who crosses center ice with ease, veers off to the left, and he'll wrap it around the wall. Thompson has it go off his stick. Cutler in the area over with Stapley, 2-on-2 battle. Cutler pushes Kawaguchi along the wall. 2-on-2 scrum as Cudla loses his stick. Oh, they're going to call a penalty. Boy, Cudla bought one there as he lost his stick. Holding's going to be the call on Stapley as Cudla came out of the pile without a stick, put both hands in the air, and the referee thought about it for 2 seconds, processed it, and then waved his arm and gave a penalty to Brett Stapley. So Idaho gets their first power play of the game, 34 seconds into the second period. Stapley looking around, kind of shakes his head back and forth. He's not really sure what he did. Cudla and Stapley were just battling, and then Cudla pushed Stapley in the back. Stapley held up Cudla's stick. Cudla came out of the pile with both hands in the air like, wait a minute. And the referee gave a penalty to Stapley. Draw goes between Idaho's defensive pairing of McCallum and Register, as Idaho with 4 forwards and 1 D on this power play shift as Register crosses center ice, skates over the line, stops in the right point. As he surveys, now he'll feed it to the far corner. Idaho across the Kawaguchi near circle. He'll dance around Gallant. Cyrus out in front. Shot goes wide as he found Niram out in front. He'll throw it to the near point. Nobody was home. Register chases after it. He gathers it and pitches it towards McCallum at the Utah line. He'll move it across to Kawaguchi, who right wings it to Niram, who steps over the line. Niram, far goal line, will wrap it around the wall. White back towards Kawaguchi. He's in the left point. Now he'll skate towards the near circle. Stops, feeds it to the near goal line. Niram zips it to Register. High slot. He'll push it to Kawaguchi. Near circle. Take a lefty shot. Blocker saved by Cranley. Puck goes back to Kawaguchi near wall. We'll get it to Register, back to Kawaguchi. He's being challenged by Gallant. He feeds it to the near goal line for Niram, back to Kawaguchi. He'll move it across to the right side. Now Register high slot. Will take a lefty shot. Gets redirected by Niram. Stick and goes off the glass. Kawaguchi to White. He gets poked away by Rhett Wickers. Stucker battles as Stucker holds his ground. Niram near corner. Trying to get it up top. Grizzlies dive. McCallum spins it towards Kawaguchi. Near side, he feeds it to Niram, who centers to White. Shot goes wide as Wickers took his time and space away. Niram near goal line. Feeds out to White. Gallant taps it out to center ice. Great defensive work by Cole Gallant, protecting the area in front of the crease. Register skips a long-range pass out to Cook. Kawaguchi dumps it in. Wesley gets it and skates around Utah's net. As we have 10 seconds left in the Stapley penalty. Grizzlies dump it all the way towards Thompson. Stapley's coming out of the penalty box right now. It's a successful penalty kill for the Grizzlies. They're 1 for 1 tonight. Utah still leads 1-0. Idaho, Kumatsi stops in the far corner, gets up top to Cudlip. Across towards Harsh. One-timer saved by Cranley. As Reese Harsh, who has 4 goals this season, including one on Wednesday night, fired a one-timer from the left wing. Cranley was able to gather it and hold on with 17:15 left in the second. Stapley got 2 minutes for holding the stick, 34 seconds into the second period. Stapley will take the draw. He's out there with Cutler and Nathan Burke. Grizzlies won the draw. Josh Wesley skates along the near side. Now he trying to push it towards Cutler. Wesley keeps it, moves it ahead. Action at the Idaho line, and the Grizzlies are offside as Kumot Cease challenged the Grizzlies as they're entering the attack zone. Miller's Law Sports and Entertainment options out there. We appreciate you choosing the Grizzlies tonight. Last of a 3-game series. Rubber match. Idaho won 6-2 on Wednesday. Grizzlies responded with a 5-4 win last night. Idaho wins the draw. They skate from right to left. Left wing pass to Kumatsis goes tape to tape. He steps over the line, skates towards the near corner. Now around Utah's net. Kumatsis being shadowed by Wesley. Feeds up top to Harsh. Now to Register. High slot. Shots blocked by Cutler. As Burke moves it ahead. Cutler chasing after it. Far circle. Harsh gets there first for Idaho. As he curls. Throws it off of Burke. It goes out of play. And let's see. Is it going to be delay of game? Grizzlies certainly want it. I think it might have tapped off a Grizzly though. As looks like the referee says no penalty on the play. Ryan Kanaswich was begging for one. I think it did bounce off a Grizzly, though, before it went out of play. So we're going to skate 5-on-5 as a fan comes away with a souvenir. And we see a lot of beer chugging on the video board here today. Boy, that's a winner right there. She chugged that in less than 10 seconds. Now he's going to give it a shot. I don't know if play's going to get started, but he's going to chug that thing in 5-6 seconds. Atta baby. Well, you really appreciate that. That's about how many dollars worth of beer that is? That's probably $3 a second. If you chug that thing in 6 seconds, I don't know what a beer costs anymore. But that's at least $2. At least $2 per second of chug. Good job by him, though. He just got to go to the concession stand zone and get a new cold one. As action deep in the Steelhead zone, skating from right to left. Jake Murray with speed gets across Bocage as Murray moves to his right. Idaho over the line. Milamok dance around the far side, trying to get to Murray. Bounced off a Gallant. Milamok skates towards the far corner. He gets double teamed to push it behind Utah's net. They're trying to feed it out in front, and it goes wide as they were looking for a cutting Murray. As the pass from behind the net was taken by Jade Miller, who's making his 100th appearance as a Steelhead. Left wing pass to Murray connects. He'll shovel it in. Cranley behind his net will pitch it to the near side. As Penner moves it head to center ice. It's gathered by Fitz. He'll skate along the right wing. He stops, gets cut off. Puck glides towards the far side. Murray gathers it. Fitz pushes Murray behind Idaho's net. Center ice, Kanadi will feed it to his left. It goes to Arcuri, back to Kanadi. One-timer, bounced off of Wickers. Kanadi gets it back behind the net. Stucker cuts it off. We'll saucer it over to Aragon near side. Aragon will carry it out to neutral ice. He crosses center. He'll veer off to the left. He steps over the line, drops it for Wickers. Wickers gathers it after reversing his field. Penner pitches to the near side. It's gathered by Register, who will skip it out to center ice. It's gathered by Fitz, who moves to his left. Messner, left point, lefty shot. Blocker saved by Thompson, who flings it out of play. 15-20s left in the second. Not many shots here so far in the second frame. Really good defensive action by both clubs. Grizzlies still lead 1-0. And as Luke Manning scored 18-32 into the first period, with Mayhew and Messner getting the assist. Mayhew now has a point in 7 straight games. He's got to be a prime candidate for a defensive spot in the league's all-rookie team. No question about it. Idaho wins the draw. They cross center ice. McCallum has it tapped. Wesley will throw it into the Steelhead zone near side. Bocage battles with two Steelheads. Bocage right side moves towards the high slot for Mayhew. Walks down the middle. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Thompson. Delayed penalty. It's going to be on Idaho. As Grizzlies are going to get a power play. Mayhew over to Bocage right side. Righty shot. Gets redirected by a stick. It's touched up by Kawaguchi in the slot. And it's going to be a power play for the Grizz. As Mayhew just walked down the middle as he found some room. Before he was able to get a shot off, though, Lyndon McCallum did what he had to do as he commits a hooking penalty, making sure Mayhew didn't get the grade A chance off. 14:54 left in the second. Utah leads 1-0, and it's going to be the Grizz first power play of the second period. Really good penalty taken by McCallum as Mayhew was just walking in on Thompson. You almost do that if you're McCallum, knowing that Mayhew is going to get a grade A chance, and you kind of hope that you get away with it. In this case, he didn't. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of penalty, 5:06 into the second period. You can also probably call it a slash, more than a hook. As Grizzlies win the draw, Stapley gets up top to Mayhew. Bocage on the right side. Gets back to Mayhew. Skates back towards Bocage. As Bocage and Mayhew almost collide along the near boards. Idaho takes it, and A.J. White moves it all the way towards Cranley. Cranley in front of his crease, drops it for Cutler, stops behind Cranley's net. Cutler's out there with Bocage, Stapley, Fitz, and the lone defenseman's Kyle Mayhew, who has 16 power play assists, which is third among all league rookies. Mayhew crosses center ice. He'll tap it off the near boards. Bocage crosses center. He'll zip it to his left for Cutler. He'll drop it for Fitz as Utah's over the line. Grizz spin it to the right point. Stapley feathers it back around the other side. As left point, it's taken by Cutler, who dances around when he gets to Stapley, who directs it back to Cutler. He'll feed it to Mayhew. High slot. Mayhew directs it over to Cutler left side. He'll get to Stapley. Stapley far circle. Cyrus to Fitz. He'll take a shot. Saved by Thompson. As Stapley far corner gets up top to Cutler. Cutler nudges it to Mayhew. As Mayhew will feed it to Bocage. Slot. Shot is blocked by Cutler's back. Idaho gets it. And clearing it out is Will Merchant. But Cutler's going to fill that one in the morning. As both teams change things up. 45 seconds left in Utah's power play. Grizz lead 1-0. Utah's outshot Idaho 13-12. Right wing to Gallant. He'll move it to his left for Manning. Manning, far circle, skates in, lefty shot, saved by Thompson. Another good look by Manning. Idaho throws it out to center ice. It bounced off of Wesley's glove about chest high. Wesley has the puck. He skates around the center ice logo. He'll dance around, throw it off the far boards, gets it back from as he got it around Zins. Down the middle to Messner all alone. Lefty shot goes wide as he missed glove side on Thompson. Miller crashes to the near boards. Idaho gets it. Matt Register's got a breakaway. He skates down the middle. He'll take a lefty shot. What a save by Cranley! As Register went low, stick side on Cranley. And Will's been outstanding tonight. As Register had a breakaway looking for a shorthanded goal. Idaho's back at full strength. Right wing pass to Gallant. He steps over the line. He gets around Miller, but crashes off the boards. Gallant centers out front. Shot saved by Thompson. What a pass by Gallant on to Messner. It's Idaho. Outlets it to center ice. Puck goes back over to Luke Manning. We'll feed it back into the Grizzly zone for Wickers, who directs it across to Wesley. Wesley carries out to neutral ice. Now he crosses the center ice logo, and he'll backhand it in as the puck got air under it. Thompson cuts it off in the crease. Along the near side, he'll drop it for Canati behind the net. 12:22 and counting left in the second. Utah still leads 1-0. As Idaho crossing center ice, right wing pass connects to Millimak. He'll dump it in. McCallum chasing after it. He pushes Stucker along the boards. Stucker wearing number 40, the 6'3 defenseman. Left side, Millimak lefty shot is blocked in the near circle. Penner zips it ahead. Nathan Burke chasing after it. No on. It's going to be icing on the Grizzlies. As over on the far side was Jake Murray, who anticipated where the puck was going to end up. And even 12 minutes are left in the second period. Not many shots here in the second. Boy, what can you say about Will Cranley? Late in the power play that the Grizz had, Register had a breakaway. Had all sorts of time. He could put whatever move he wanted. As Cranley was able to make the stop. As Register went low stick side on him. Off the draw, Kawaguchi shot. Saved by Cranley. As now near goal line, Idaho feeds up top. Murray dances around, dangles, now gets to Murphy, who moves to his right for Canati, who skates towards the far corner. Burke taps towards the end boards. Now Burke gets it back. He'll move it across to Stucker. Over to Aragon. Near side, he crosses center ice. Aragon dumps it in, tries to get around Murray, and does. As Burke pushes Canati. Now Burke along the near goal line gets held up, gets up top to Teixeira, but it glances off the stick and flies into the Grizzlies zone. Teixeira gets a skipping puck as Wickers ahead to Manning. Pass goes tape to tape. He'll zip it to his right for Stucker. Now across to Cutler. He gets knocked down on the far side. Idaho comes up with it. The angle pass to the left. Long range to Kawaguchi. Steps over the line as he gets tripped up by Dennison. Oh, they're going to call a penalty on Dennison. As Ryan Kanasowicz can't believe it. As Dennison's going to get a penalty. Kawaguchi was looking for a shot. It looked like a pretty simple poke check from Dennison. Kawaguchi went down, and the penalty was called on Dennison. 2 minutes for tripping. Idaho's going to get a power play when we come back. 11-12 left in the second period. It's the Grizzlies 1 and the Steelheads nothing.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
Liam Dennison gets 2 minutes for trip, and kind of a controversial call among Grizzlies fans' eyes. It looked like Dennison just was taking the puck away from Kawaguchi. As Kawaguchi was looking for a shot over in the near circle, Kawaguchi lost his balance after Dennison took the puck away from him, making sure Kawaguchi couldn't get a shot off. So it's an Idaho power play, their third of the evening. It's 1-0 Grizzlies with 11-12 left in the second. Both teams have taken 14 shots. We have seen a season-high number of beer chuggers on the video board here tonight. Boy, she finished that one with ease, and so did he. They must be going out. I don't know. That's an outstanding pair of beer chuggers there. Grizzlies win the draw. Wesley clears it all the way as Thompson plays it behind his net. As Idaho skating from right to left here in the second period, Kudla races to neutralize with ease. He crosses center ice. He'll whip it back towards Merchant, who broke his stick. Merchant kicks it towards the Idaho bench. Boy, Merchant, I don't know how his stick broke the way it did. He gets a new one from the equipment manager, Chris Bestel. As Utah shorthanded, Teixeira gets blasted by Milamok. Teixeira loses his stick. He gets it back. Milamok racing down the middle, loses the puck. Teixeira fires it in deep as ricochets off the end boards in the Idaho zone. Kudla over to Arcuri across the center ice. He'll throw it to his left. Milamok enters the zone. He'll drop it for Murphy. Murphy near circle. Gets up top to Kudla. Kudla directs it across. As Arcuri over to Kudla, back to Arcuri. Far circle. He centers the White, or make that Merchant. He has a tap off his stick onto Merchant. Back towards Arcuri. He'll zip it over to Kudla. High slot. Kudla fakes to Arcuri. He'll throw it to the near goal line for Murphy. Back to Kudla. He feeds it back to Murphy. Near goal line. Murphy surveys. Now he feeds up top to an open Kudla. He'll get to Murphy, who skates towards his right. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Arcuri gets along the far boards. He's the right point and gets pushed. Aragon takes it away. As Aragon 2-on-2, make it a 3-on-3. He'll drop it to his right. Wesley near circle. Shot saved by Thompson. Rebound goes to Idaho. Both teams have had some good looks shorthanded here in the second period. Stucker near side. Steps over the line. Gets it towards Berg. Grizzlies have numbers. Berg skates in. Shot saved by Thompson. Delayed penalty. It's going to be on Idaho. As Berg gets hit along the far side. Taken by Manning. As he skates to neutralize. Delayed penalty. As Cranley doesn't know it. Now he sees this. He comes off. Manning loses his balance. He'll throw it to the near goal line for Berg. Berg shot hits the side of the net. Berg gets hit behind Idaho's net. Idaho touches it up. 5 seconds left in Dennison's power play or penalty. And slashing is going to be the call. Who's it going to be? As referee trying to spot who it was and direct him to the penalty box. So we're going to skate 4-on-4 for 5 seconds. And then after that, the Grizzlies are going to have a power play. Slashing's a call. We're still trying to figure out who's going to the box. Some confetti is falling from the sky here at Maverik Center. And now we get the culprit. Willie Niram has some parting words as he's skating towards the box. Referee is going to skate towards the Idaho bench. Now they got the wrong guy. Niram. Niram knew he didn't do anything wrong. As he'll skate towards the bench. And going to the box is Will Merchant. So it looks like I'm not the only one that's having a tough time spotting the numbers on the Idaho jerseys. It's a sweet-looking jersey. The numbers actually aren't that tough. It is a dark number, though, on kind of a silver-looking jersey. It's either silver or gray, something you would almost see the Oakland make that Las Vegas Raiders wear. Idaho wins the draw. Register will dump it all the way. And it looks like it's going to be icing on the Steelheads. The Steelheads look confused, but Register threw it all the way down deep into the Grizzlies zone while they were still skating 4-on-4. So Register is going to get called for icing. So the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw with 1:50 left in the power play. 9:07 left in the second. It's 1-0 Grizzlies. Luke Manning's got the only goal, which came 18:32 into the first period. Utah wins the draw, but it goes between Mayhew and Bocage. Mayhew gets it back in the Grizzlies zone. Utah skating from left to right. Mayhew will shuffle out to neutral ice. Now pitch it to his right for Bocage. Across the center ice, will angle it to Cutler. Left side, Cutler will tap it off the glass. Register will move it ahead, and Jade Miller will fly it into the Grizzlies zone. Cranley skates towards the near corner, so push it slowly towards Mayhew. Skates around Utah's net. As Mayhew gallops out to center ice with ease. He crosses the center red line, now steps over the blue. He'll skate towards the far goal line. Chips it back to Fitz, who couldn't reach it. Cutler skates over there. He gets held up along the far boards. He gets to Bocage left point. Across to Mayhew. He dances around the right point. Now he dangles towards his left. He feeds it to Cutler. Cutler over to Mayhew in the high slot. Mayhew looking towards Cutler. He gets it to him. Cutler will get it to Stapley far circle. Back to Cutler. One-timer. And that's blocked by Zins. Cutler across to Bocage along the near boards. Back up top to Mayhew. He'll fire a lefty shot. It's blocked away by Thompson. Rebound shot saved by Thompson again. Stapley over in the far corner has it. As he's in the far corner dancing around. Now he'll move it to Mayhew. Right side, who angles it to Cutler. Far side, lefty shot. And a blocker saved by Thompson. Idaho gets it, and they'll throw it all the way towards Cranley. As clearing it out was Jordan Kawaguchi, number 77, who has 24 points in 24 games this season. Less than 30 seconds left in Utah's power play. Grizzlies make a change. Gallant races across center ice. He's as fast as anybody in this league. He'll throw it to the near corner. Chase after it as he crashes towards the end boards. Grizzlies get it up top. Wesley over to Manning. Back to Wesley. Over to Manning as they play catch. Now zip it to the right point for Gallant. Gallant shuffles towards the corner. He gets to Messner just outside the near circle. Over to Gallant, who switches places with Messner. Gallant now in the high slot. Feeds it to his right. Idaho's back at full strength. Now Gallant left side. Throws it to the far goal line for Wesley. Sharp angle shot saved by Thompson. Manning chips to a vacated near corner as it rolls around Idaho's net. Now it's to the far side as Berg taps it up top to Wesley. Wesley fires towards the net. It goes wide as Idaho, near side, lifts it high into the air as it hippity hops into the Grizzly zone, gathered by Wesley, who pivots and angles towards Berg on the near side, back to Wesley down the middle. He steps over the line, drops it. Messner, high slot shot, and that's going to be another penalty on Idaho as Messner was taking the shot in the high slot. As he was following through, Idaho hit him up high. Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, looking over him as Messner might have drawn blood. It's going to be another Steelheads penalty as Matt Register skates to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. As thanks to that fan for giving me a beverage. I was expecting something a little bit stronger than water, but hey, we'll take it nonetheless. 6:44 left in the second. Matt Register gets 2 minutes. And like we mentioned, Messner took the shot, and as he was following through, Register just gave him an elbow up high. 2 minutes for elbowing. Matt Register goes to the box, 13-16 into the second. So Cutler will take the drives out there with Fitz to his left and Stapley to his right. Up top is Bocage and Mayhew. Final game of the month of March. Utah is 6-5. Utah will have at least a 500-point percentage in the month. Idaho wins the draw. They'll throw it out towards Cranley, who cuts it off in the crease. He'll move it to the far side for Bocage, who curls it around Utah's net to Mayhew. He's in the near corner. He'll move it ahead to Bocage, who loses the puck. White skates down the middle. He loses it. Cutler ahead to Bocage, who angles to the right for Stapley. Back to Bocage, who gets the skipping puck. Right circle. It goes off the near boards. Bocage gets it back. He tried to get to the corner. Too many bodies there. Idaho gathers it, and they'll skip it all the way towards Cranley. As Cranley, far side. Long range pass to the right. Connects to Stapley. He drops it back to Mayhew. Gets the new trice. He crosses the center red. Now he steps over the blue left point. Lefty shot goes wide. He missed stick side on Thompson. Right side Cutler up top to Mayhew. He's in the high slot. He'll force it to Bocage. Back to Mayhew. Over to Bocage. They continue to play catch. Bocage to Stapley. Back to Bocage. Over to Stapley. He's near the far corner. As Stapley surveys. As Cutler gets pushed in the back by Fitz. Stapley fires towards the net to Cutler. Shot and a score! Stapley to Cutler to the back of the net. As Cutler gets his 32nd of the year. And the Grizzlies have extended the lead. It's now 2-0. Boy, great passing by the Grizzlies. Very patient as Cutler high-fives everybody on Utah's bench. Cutler's up to 32 goals this season. One of the best offensive performances all year in team history. Boy, Stapley gets the main assist. He just centered out in front to Cutler. Cutler just had it tap off his stick, and it just flew over Brian Thompson. Stapley gets his 46th assists of the year as Matt Register is giving the referee the riot act. Register has no clue why he got a penalty as Register is yelling at Hunter Mottinger. It's 2-0 Grizzlies with 5:36 left in the second. Oh, I know Stapley's going to get an assist as Idaho feels they're getting a bit of a rough whistle here tonight. Fans are going nuts here at Maverik Center. As Register must have had a point on something. Register can't believe it. He's pointing towards the bench saying, you talk to Everett Sheen. Cutler with the goal, Stapley, and Bocage with the assist. Time of goal 14:24 into the second. As Everett Sheen is going to have a conversation with Hunter Mottinger. Idaho has dominated. We get another penalty. Going to the box is Francisco Arcuri. Arcuri is going to get a penalty as looks like Kubla has 2 minutes on the scoreboard worth of a penalty. So looks like the Grizzlies are going to get another power play. It's possible Kubla got a 2 and a 10 or something, and Arcuri's representing him in the penalty box. They're still sorting it out as the Idaho coaches believe they've gotten a bad whistle here so far at Maverik Center. Series is on the line, and Ryan Knaswich's crew is buzzing here in the first 2 periods. And it's interesting to see the Grizzlies play as well in the second against Idaho, considering the Steelheads this season are a plus 44 in the goal differential. Idaho, is just about a break-even club in the first and third periods, but in the second is where they've really dominated. So it's going to be another Grizzlies power play as Patrick Kubla gets 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct, and he gets a 10-minute misconduct. Francisco Arcuri is in the box representing him. Idaho wins the draw. White enters the zone. He'll skate to the near circle. Lefty shot goes wide as he was surrounded by 3 Grizzlies. So Utah leads 2-0, and they have another power play. Josh Wesley will skate out to center ice. He crosses the center down the middle. Now drop it for Luke Manning, who's got to go in back-to-back games, including one tonight. He'll skate into the zone, skate towards the far circle. Register takes it away. Nerem clears it out. Wesley runs it down. Idaho gets 4 new skaters on the ice. Wesley will drop it off to Gallant, right side. He'll cross center ice. He'll push to his left for Manning. Manning over the line, drops it for Messner. Gets up top to Wesley. Now to the right side for Berg. Berg dances around outside the circle. He feeds it to Gallant, who scored a third-period goal last night. Over to Messner. Over to Wesley. One-timer is blocked by Murray. Puck goes off the inboards towards Murray. Gets cut in front by Berg. Has taken it as Register. He'll toss it to the middle as Idaho will drag it out to neutral ice. And Willie Nerem will softly throw it into the Grizzlies zone as Idaho will reshuffle the deck again and get 4 new skaters. 52 seconds left in Utah's power play. Wesley over to Bocage, who pushes his left for Cutler, back to Bocage, who skates into the zone. Stapley wraps it around the boards. Fitz over to Cutler on the left point. Cutler surveys, sporting a mustache. He gets to Bocage. He'll feed it to Stapley just outside the far circle. He skates around the circle. Now towards his right. Stapley plays it for Mayhew, back to Stapley down the middle. Over to the far side for Bocage, who couldn't handle it. He gathers it and throws to Mayhew. He gets the Cutler right side, back to Mayhew. He dances around the high slot, throws it towards Stapley. One time tap bounces off of Thompson, kind of similar to how Cutler scored. Stapley Far side, over to Mayhew. One-timer is blocked. That one's blocked by Kumatsis. Far side, Bocage, far circle, skates in. Righty shot is blocked away by a stick. 2 seconds left in the power play. As our Curry out of the box representing Cutler, got a 2 and a 10. Stapley skates along the goal line, gets cut off. Now far side, Cutler already 1 goal tonight. Dance around as he's just outside the far circle. Now he surveys. He'll take a lefty shot, hits the side of the net as it was on a sharp angle. Near corner, Idaho runs it down. Big time hit delivered by Stapley and Cutler on Zins. Idaho over the line, Kumatsis. Races towards the far corner. Now around Utah's net. Kumatsis skates towards the left side, keeps his balance. Now he's around to his right. Kumatsis lays it for Harsh, who gets it to Register, left point. Register fires towards the net. It goes wide. As coming on the ice is Murphy. Cutler will backhand it out to center ice. Idaho moves it across to Murphy. Murphy loses it. Stucker across the center ice. A push to his left for Penner. Harsh will one-hand it away as Harsh delivers a hit on Penner. Penner gets it back. Far circle. He'll center it to Wickers. He skates down the middle. Lefty shot goes wide. Getting it is Burke. 2.5 minutes left in the period. Over to Penner, who moves it towards Aragon. Aragon on one knee in the near circle. Register trying to locate it as Stucker rolls it towards, an arm is raised by the referee. Who's the penalty going to be on? Aragon got held up along the near circle. Same with Penner. Fans voice something. Idaho is yelling at Aragon, and that's Reese Harsh. Let's see who's going to get the penalty. Aragon was in the area. He skates to neutral ice, and looks like the penalty is going to be on Aragon. But the door is open to both penalty boxes. Aragon's going to go to the box. Fans aren't going to like that one. 2:27 left in the second. It's going to be an Idaho power play on the other side. It's Grizzlies 2, and the Steelheads nothing. Chloe thinks that they're booing her. Aragon goes to the box. Idaho's on the power play on the other side. It's 2-0 Grizzlies. They have a first period goal from Luke Manning and a second period goal from Brandon Cutler. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Aaron Aragon gets 2 minutes for holding the stick as he held on to Reese Harsh's stick. So it's going to be an Idaho power play. Ryan Kanasowicz having some words for Hunter Mottinger, the referee. Well, it's a very heated and spirited game between, for my money, the best rivalry, at least in the Mountain Division, probably the best rivalry in the league. Draw won by the Steelheads. Matt Register on the left side. Glides towards his right. Now chip it to Kawaguchi. Back to Register. One-timer. Goes wide. Near him off the net. Shot saved by Cranley. And the Grizzlies get it and they'll clear it out. Register's shot bounced off the end boards. Nearham got it, and Cranley was able to make the stop. Idaho resets. About 2 minutes are left in the second period. As Utah leads 2-0. Register crossing center ice. He enters the zone with ease. He'll skate towards the left point. He'll zip it around the boards. Teixeira over there pushes Nearham as Idaho looking for a centering pass, but they'll get it back to Nearham, who skates along the far boards. He feeds up top to Register, takes a lefty shot, and that's blocked and goes. Register keeps it in. Shot was blocked by Gallant, who's filling that one. As Kawaguchi over to Register, fires towards the net and is blocked away by Cranley. Now behind the net, Idaho. Nearham chips out in front. Puck gets air under it. White couldn't bat it as puck ends up gliding towards the left point. Register, hot pass connects to Kawaguchi. Right side, lefty shot goes wide. Far goal line shot hits the side of the net. Grizzlies try to clear it out, banking it off the far boards. Kawaguchi keeps it in. Now to Register. He'll move it across. Wide open. Righty shot is blocked away. That shot was taken by, I think, Linda McCallum. Behind the net. White over to Kawaguchi down the middle. Dangles, skates towards the near circle. Doesn't have a shooting angle. He'll just reverse his field and feed it back to Register. High slot. Who gets to the far goal line. Bounced off the boards. Taking it to A.J. White, who skates towards the right point. He drops it off. Idaho over in the far corner. Gets to Nearham, I believe. Now to Kawaguchi around Utah's net. Centers out in front to White, who swings and misses. Teixeira will tattoo it off the near boards. It goes all the way into the zone for Idaho. As an outlet pass, rink wide to the left wing, connects for Register. He'll fire towards the net, looking for a cutting Merchant. Pass goes wide. Great idea, though, by Registers, one of the best passers in the league. Stapley takes it away. As out of the box is Aaron Aragon. Successful penalty kill for the Grizz. They still lead 2-0. Stapley loses. He was entering the zone. Idaho long-range pass. Connects to our Curry. He skates towards the far side, pivots, and he'll throw it towards the left. Looking for Canati. Pass goes wide as it ricochets off the near boards. Sins gets it at the Idaho line. As he'll advance it ahead, looking for Murphy. Murphy couldn't get it, and icing is on the Steelheads with 6.2 seconds left in the second. Boy, what fun action and a lot of spirit here at Maverik Center tonight. Not only do we have a great crowd, but both teams are really giving it everything they have. Last of a 3-game series. Remember, next week the Grizzlies will face the Kansas City Mavericks. It'll be the only visit for Kansas City here. It's going to be a 3-game series next Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Then the regular season ends with 2 games at Idaho Central Arena, April 12th and 13th. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Stapley right side, shots blocked. Cutler swings and misses. Now Cutler tries to get it back to Stapley. It's taken away. And that will do it for 40 minutes as Brett Stapley collides with the Steelhead along the near boards. Now is Trevor Zins. Now everybody going towards the Idaho blue line along the near glass. Everybody having some words with each other. As Cutler has Canati in a bear hug. Now those two cease and desist. Stapley and Murphy push each other. The linesman gets between Murphy and Stapley as both guys exchange some words. That's that rivalry spirit between the Grizzlies and Steelheads. What a fun one we've had here tonight. As now our Curry yelling at the Grizzlies bench. The Grizzlies walk to the locker room. And what a great effort for Ryan Kanaswich's crew through 40 minutes here tonight. A lot of spirit. Special teams did play a factor in the second period. Just as we had thought, not many penalties in the first, and action really picked up here in the second. Well, business is booming here at Maverik Center as the hockey renaissance in the Salt Lake Valley continues. For the Grizzlies, it's a big game in the Mountain Division standings. We'll give you an update on that Tulsa and Wichita score, as well as what's going on in Rapid City as they face Allen with fifth place on the line. And we'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports, and we'll recap the first 2 periods. Once again, after 40 minutes, it's Utah Grizzlies 2, as they got a first period goal from Luke Manning and a second period goal from Brandon Cutler. Idaho's yet to find the scoring sheet. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100.
It's the Coca-Cola can race here at Maverik Center. We have Diet Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and Coca-Cola. It's the long-distance can race. They're going to race around the net. They start over in the right goal line as we're looking. They're going to race all around the left side, then end up back to the right. Sprite gets off to a quick start. Coca-Cola closes the gap, and Coca-Cola passes Sprite with ease. Coca-Cola gets to the left side as they enter the zone. As they walk towards the inboards, Coca-Cola takes a spill. Sprite around the net. Same with Fanta. We're halfway home. Coca-Cola back to its feet. Sprite races to neutralize. Fanta trying to close the gap. Coca-Cola in third. Diet Coke's in last. Fanta passes Sprite, but Fanta falls down, and Sprite is the winner in the Coca-Cola can race. As Fanta had passed Sprite about 3/4 of the way, then Fanta took a spill about 10 feet in front of the finish line, and Sprite comes away as the winner. So the standings after 7 Coca-Cola can races, Coca-Cola, Sprite, and Fanta each have 2. Diet Coke with 1 victory in the Coca-Cola can race. Second intermission coverage continues in 1 minute. Once again, the Grizzlies lead the Steelheads 2-0. If you're scoring at home, it was Sprite that won the Coca-Cola can race. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Now we're having some fun here at Maverik Center on a Saturday night. To start the third period, Idaho will be on a power play as Brett Stapley gets a roughing minor 20 minutes into the second period. So Idaho will be on the power play for the first 2 minutes of the third period. Special teams did play a factor in the second period. The Grizz are 1 for 5 on the power play. Idaho is 0 for 3. There's been a lot of great defensive and goaltending work by both teams. Luke Manning got Utah on the board, 18:32 into the contest as he got a centering pass and was all alone. He went glove side over Brian Thompson. Kyle Mayhew and Mick Messner picked up the assists. Utah led 1-0 after one period. The Grizz outshot the Steelheads 11-10. In the second period, Utah had an 11-8 shot edge on Idaho. Grizzlies got a power play late in the second period after Matt Register got an elbowing minor, 13-16 in. Grizzlies really did a good job working the puck around. Stapley's one of the best passers in the league. He got the puck in the high slot, just kind of zipped it towards the net and towards Cutler in particular. Just kind of glanced off the Cutler's stick, and he had his stick laying on the ice, just glanced off the stick and hit the tip, and then just kind of flew past Brian Thompson for Utah's second goal of the night. And so Cutler picked up the goal, Stapley and Bocage with the assists. For Brett Stapley, he's in the top 7 in the league in both assists and points this season. For Brandon Cutler, he now has 32 goals. He came into play, tied for 7th in the league in goals. And he also came into play second in the league in shots on goal with 250. Oddly enough, he only had one shot in last night's game. He's got 3 to tie for the lead as Dylan Fitz, Josh Wesley, and Cutler each have 3 shots. Luke Manning has 1 goal on 2 shots. The Iron Man, Tyler Penner, also has 2 shots. Both of them came in the first period. Then a few other Grizzlies with 1 shot, as Utah has 22 shots through 2 periods. In terms of scoring chances, 13 of the 22 Grizzlies shots were considered scoring chances. Idaho's yet to score a goal. They've had some good looks. Jordan Kawaguchi leads the way with 3 shots. A few Steelheads with 2 shots, including Kumansis, along with Merchant, Neeram, Register, and Kudla. Kudla will start the third period in the penalty box, serving a 10-minute misconduct that he got 14-22 into the second period. Of the 18 shots that Idaho has through 2 periods, 8 were considered to be scoring chances. In the face-off battle, Grizzlies have that one, 18-11. Grizzlies with 9 power play shots through 2 periods. Idaho has 3. Remember, the Steelheads will be on the power play to start the third period. Utah and Idaho each have 2 shorthanded shots. Grizzlies with 17 hits, Idaho with 14. The Grizz have 6 giveaways, and Idaho has 10. It's a big game for the Grizzlies. And with Wichita winning 4-2 in regulation, a Grizzlies victory means they take over a tie for third with Tulsa in the Mountain Division standings. Another big game. 5th place is on the line in the Mountain Division as Allen and Rapid City each have 57 points. They are 6 points behind Utah for 4th place. Allen leads Rapid City 3-1 late in the second period. So an Allen victory would end a 4-game losing streak, and that means they regain 5th place in the Mountain Division. If the Grizzlies win tonight, Allen wins, but Utah would stay 6 points ahead of the Americans. And obviously with the Grizzlies' victory, they would be tied with Tulsa for third place in the Mountain Division. And I was checking the tiebreaker status because I got a feeling that might come into play. The first tiebreaker is regulation wins. So that's the first tiebreaker in terms of determining playoff seeding or whether a team gets into the playoffs altogether. Utah and Allen right now each have 24 regulation wins. Tulsa has 23. So the Grizzlies would actually own the tiebreaker right now over Tulsa. Second tiebreaker is regulation and overtime wins, which takes away the games you pick up a standing point in a loss. So it just kind of eliminates that. Grizzlies, looks like they would have that tiebreaker right now. They have 30 regulation and overtime wins. Tulsa has 28. Allen and Rapid City each have 26. So tiebreakers right now look like they're okay in the Grizzlies' favor. Obviously, we still got a decent amount of hockey left. So that's the first two tiebreakers. One is regulation wins, and the second is regulation and overtime wins. And I've forgotten the other tiebreakers after that. So that's the tiebreakers in the league. It's not necessarily a head-to-head or anything like that. Allen leads Rapid City 3-1. That game is now gone into the second intermission. Other action in the league. In overtime, Cincinnati defeats Wheeling 3-2. Fort Wayne gets a 5-2 victory over Kalamazoo. Toledo in a shootout defeats Indy 3-2. Newfoundland opens up a can on Worcester 9-3. Kansas City, who won the Mountain Division Championship yesterday, they defeat Iowa 3-1. Jacksonville shuts out the two-time defending champion Florida Everblades 2-0. Reading gets a 5-2 victory over Adirondack. Interestingly enough, Adirondack has 3 games against Allen on their schedule. So we'll be watching Adirondack, and I think Grizzlies fans will be rooting for Adirondack in that series against Allen. South Carolina over Greenville 4-1. Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals shut out Atlanta 6-0. And Maine defeats Trois-Rivières 4-3. When we come back, we'll give you some other scores from around the world of sports. Utah leads 2-0. Luke Manning scored late in the first period. Brandon Cutler got a power play goal and a great pass from Brett Stapley in the second. Idaho will start the third period on the power play as Brett Stapley got a roughing minor exactly 20 minutes into the second period. This is the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
It's a fun Saturday night here at Maverik Center. Last of a 3-game series. It's a rubber match, and the Grizzlies lead 2-0 after 2 periods. In the NHL, the Colorado Avalanche get a 7-4 victory over Nashville. Obviously, the Avalanche are the NHL affiliate of the Grizzlies. In college basketball, the Connecticut Huskies go to the Final Four. They outscored Illinois 49-29 in the second half. They win 77-52. As UConn wins the East region, the West region finals going on right now. Alabama leads Clemson 68-59 with 6 minutes left in the second half. Tomorrow, there are 2 games as Tennessee and Purdue will battle for the Midwest region title. The winner goes to the Final Four, and NC State faces Duke in an Elite 8 matchup. Duke is the 4 seed. NC State is an 11 seed. In Major League Baseball, Braves win. Atlanta defeats Philadelphia 12-4. Cleveland gets a 12-3 victory over Oakland. Minnesota defeats Kansas City 5-1. Nationals over the Reds 7-6. Pirates go to 3-0 this season. That's my brother Ike's favorite team. They defeat the Marlins 9-3. Rays over the Blue Jays 5-1. Rangers defeat the Cubs 11-2. Yankees go to 3-0 this season. I got some Yankee fans in front of me here at high top section 114. 5-3 is the final there. Juan Soto with a home run. Giants, boy, they were leading 9-1 heading into the ninth inning. San Diego scored 5 in the ninth, but San Francisco holds on for a 9-6 victory. Orioles go to 2-0 this season. They defeat the Angels 13-4. In 10 innings, the Tigers defeat the White Sox 7-6. There's also a 7-6 final as Milwaukee defeats the New York Mets. In that game, former University of Utah star infielder Oliver Dunn made his major league debut, and he went 1-for-4, so he picked up his first major league hit. Top of the fifth inning, Boston and Seattle are tied at 1. Bottom of the seventh, the Rockies are looking for their first win of the season. They lead the National League champion Diamondbacks 7-4. And believe it or not, there's rain in Los Angeles this evening. A rain delay between the Cardinals and Dodgers. One other NHL score, the Steelheads NHL affiliate is taking on Seattle tonight. That game is scoreless after one period. So let's look around the world of sports. When we come back, we'll have third period action. Remember, Idaho will be on the power play for the first 2 minutes of the third, as Brett Stapley will be in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Interestingly enough, Patrick Hubler, who's normally on their power play, or at least one of their power play units, he'll be in the box continuing to serve a misconduct penalty. Ty Pelton-Weiss is a scratch from the Idaho lineup. He would normally be a key contributor to their power plays. We'll come back and have third period action on the other side as the Grizzlies are looking for two big standings points. They lead Idaho 2-0 heading into the third. This has been the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
We're having a great time here on a Saturday night at Maverik Center. After tonight, there are still 3 more home games left in the regular season as Caddo-Hats, Kansas City Mavericks come to town. Wednesday night's going to be a Smith's family night with 4 tickets for $40. Friday's an AFC Friday where tickets start at $10 when you pay using your AFC debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. Saturday is Fan Appreciation Night presented by Les Schwab. But the Grizzlies have some business to take care of. Tulsa lost today, and a Grizzlies victory means they will be tied with Tulsa for third place in the Mountain Division. Idaho's on the power play to start the third period as Brett Stapley's in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. A.J. White wins the draw. He gets to Matt Register. As Register's out there with McCallum and Kawaguchi as well as White and Willie Nerum. Register, long-range pass, right wing to Nerum connects. Nerum in Grizzlies territory, pushes it back to neutral ice. McCallum over to Kawaguchi, trying to get it back to McCallum. It's tapped off of Messner. He's got 3 shorthanded goals this season. McCallum races to get the puck about 10 feet in front of Thompson. McCallum gathers the puck as we're a fourth of the way through Idaho's power play. As Register backs out to McCallum, who scored 5 points against the Grizzlies on March 1st. 3 goals and 2 assists. He right wings it to Nerum, who gets it back to Register. High slot, he skates down the middle, takes a lefty shot that goes wide. He missed stick side on Cranley. Register fires towards the net, and it glances off a Gallant stick. McCallum throws to the far circle. Now back up top to Kawaguchi down the middle. Toe drag, lefty shot. Glove save by Cranley. Boy, Kawaguchi just walked in. Toe drag, got all he wanted on a shot. Cranley made a great glove save with 19:07 left in the third. Boy, Will Cranley's brought his A game tonight. He has displayed an outstanding glove. He looks like he's alive, awake, alert, and agile here tonight. As Cranley well prepared, and he's been outstanding this evening. Draws in the near circle. Penner wins it against White. Wickers tosses ahead. Register keeps it in. He'll saucer it quickly towards Nerum. He gets held up along the near boards by Wickers. Now Register gets it back up top. He'll shuffle to his left. As Register is now on the left point, he'll saucer it to his right. McCallum couldn't gather it, but he gets it off the boards. Near side, he'll push it towards White. Back to McCallum, who's now on the right point. He'll saucer it towards Register. High slot. Shot goes wide. As White, the Steelheads' longtime captain, will skate towards the high slot, drop it for Register, who's in the high slot near the blue line. He'll take a lefty shot, gets redirected and goes wide. 30 seconds left in the Idaho power play here early in the third. McCallum over to White, who's sporting the captain's seat, back up top to McCallum. Right side shot gets redirected, and Cranley makes the save as Niram had a glance off his stick in front of the crease. Niram gets up top to Register as neither team's been able to make a line change this whole time. Long shift for both teams. McCallum over to Register, high slot. Lefty shot goes wide. White in the area. He gets off the boards near him. Right side trying to center it out in front of bounced off of Wickers. Wickers behind Utah's net, gets pushed by Niram. Puck curls around Utah's net. It goes to Stucker. Grizzlies back at full strength. Stucker skates a neutral ice, and he'll zip it around the boards. Stapley stays out there with Manning and Cutler. As Stucker comes off the ice, Wesley and Mayhew out there for the Grizz. As Idaho gets out to center ice left wing, Kawaguchi flies into the near corner as it taps off the boards on one hop of the ice. Cutler over there. Manning delivers a push on Murphy. As Manning trying to jab it back towards Mayhew, it goes to Wesley, who skates around Utah's net to the far side. Wesley will pitchfork it airborne. It goes past Cutler, and it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies with 17:27 left in the third. So big-time penalty kill by the Grizzlies. I know overall they are last in the league, but they're a top 10 penalty kill unit at home this season. In fact, Utah is tied for 8th in the league on the penalty kill at home. 80 for 98 coming into play tonight. Stapley will take the draw far circles. Utah still leads 2-0. As Idaho wins the draw, Murphy gets it up top. I think you can still predict that stupid fish that they got going on in Idaho. It's not stupid. It's one of those things that goes viral every game. Come on, sees near circle. Skates towards the slot. Manning pokes it away. But yeah, I guess you could still predict the fish over in Idaho. Stapley crosses the center ice, so bouncing off a Harsh. Canadi gets it far circle and moves it ahead. Kind of want to wear that fish costume that Cam McGuire has one of these days. Trying to create something like that and haven't come up with anything yet. Murphy right side over the line. Skates towards the near corner. Trying to get to Merchant. Puck got air under it. Idaho waits to make their line change. As taking it at the Idaho line is Jake Murray. He'll get it out to Trevor Zins along the near boards. He outlets it ahead. Right side to Miller. He taps it in. Miller in his 100th game as a Steelhead. Cranley over to the far side for Teixeira. Banks it off the far boards. Bocage around center ice, overskates it. Idaho fires it back in. Cranley behind his net. Gets it towards Liam Dennison. The Merrimack product gets blasted by Miller. Miller, a third-year pro, who spent 2 years ago with South Carolina and played all 72 games. Bocage lays it for Teixeira. He crosses center ice, and he'll sky it in. Murray gets it off the end board. Skates around Idaho's net towards the near side. He loses it. Berg feeds to Bocage, left side. Now he's towards the high slot. Bocage veers off to the right. He'll take a righty shot that goes just wide on the low liner. Dennison left side will feed it across to Teixeira. Back to Messner down the middle. Take a lefty shot that goes wide as it taps off the glass. Taking it is Bocage left wing. He feeds it to Dennison. Left point, Dennison will bounce it off our Curry as the puck will wobble towards the end boards. As Utah gets it back up top to Dennison, across to Teixeira. Right point, he'll backhand it towards the end boards. Berg gets cut off by a Steelhead, so Berg couldn't get the puck. Our Curry near side gets hit along the boards by Bocage. Idaho lifts it out to center. Dennison over to Wickers near side. Wickers, long range pass to Messner, has a tap off his stick. Messner gets physical with Jade Miller. Miller trying to set a physical tone here in the third period. He's delivered some hits. 4.5 minutes into the third. Utah still leads 2-0. Idaho still skating from left to right. You can still predict the fish here in the third period. The Optum first goal of the game score was Luke Manning late in the first. Action in the Grizzlies zone far side as Fitz gathers it. He'll move it across. Wickers gets it off the near wall. He crosses center ice, and he'll flip it around the boards as Thompson cuts out behind the net. Burke took it away and throws it from one corner to the other as he wasn't really in a shooting angle. As Idaho lifts it out of play. It bounced off a stick in the Idaho bench, so the whistle blows exactly 5 minutes into the third. So draw is going to come back towards Brian Thompson as the fans take up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant. Utah has outshot Idaho 22-21. And yeah, for an Idaho fan, you could still predict the fish. The thing that Cam McGuire's got going. Cam McGuire in attendance on the other side of Section 114. He was the league's broadcaster of the year 2 years ago. I'm still trying to win that thing. Hopefully this is the year. Draw one by Idaho over in the far corner. They throw it around their own net. Still had skate from left to right here in the period. Long range pass goes tape to Kawaguchi. Steps over the line with ease. He'll skate to the left wing, take a shot, and it goes wide as he missed the net. Kawaguchi was the Idaho Steelheads team MVP last year. Right side lefty shots kicked away by Cranley. As Cutler over to Stapley. Stapley one-hands it ahead. Manning chasing after it. Far side, he overskates it. As McCallum, far side, loses the puck. Manning keeps it in right side. He skates towards his left. He'll tap it off the near boards as Manning's at the end of a shift. Gallant towards the end wall. Bocage delivers a good back check on Zins. Utah gets up top to Mayhew. Left side across to Wesley. Right side. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Thompson. Rebound shot. Saved by Thompson again. That one was taken by Berg out in front. Berg behind the end boards. Gets held up by Kumatsis. Zins delivers a push on Bocage. He tries to break free. Bocage feeds out in front. Shot by Gallant goes wide as he's looking for his 13th of the year. Gallant, left point. Will drop it for Mayhew, left side. He gets around Register. Mayhew near goal line. Centers it out front. Shot goes wide. Is all great pass out to Gallant. Hot feed as Gallant just couldn't finish. Right side as Berg over to Wesley. One-timer gets redirected and goes wide off Gallant's stick. As the Steelheads bounce it. Grizzlies keep it in. Mayhew over to Bocage. He gets to Gallant, back to Bocage in the near corner. He blows the tire. Bocage goes down. He feeds it back to Gallant. High slot. Righty shot goes wide. Off the boards. Berg behind the net. Gets to Bocage in the near corner. He directs up top to Gallant. Hot pass to the right point for Wesley. Zips it across to Gallant. Gallant left side. Dance around. Now he reverses his field back towards the point. Gets it across to Wesley. Tapped off his in stick onto Wesley. Right point. Shot is blocked by Register. He gathers the puck along the far boards as he settles it. Now he flips it high into the air, and it didn't ricochet off the video board somehow, some way. Mayhew back in his own zone. Across to Wesley. Ahead to Fitz at center ice. It bounced off of Merchant. He taps it off of Fitz and out of play into the Grizzlies bench with an even 13 minutes left in the third as Ryan Kanaswich will throw the puck into a fan in row 2 of section 126. It's the Grizzlies 2, and the Steelheads nothing. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Even 13 minutes are left in regulation here in the rubber match of a 3-game series. Utah leads 2-0. Idaho got a 6-2 victory on Wednesday. Grizzlies return the favor, winning 5-4 last night. Tyler Penner will take the draw at center ice against Idaho's Jade Miller. Steelheads win the draw. You're in a great crowd at Maverik Center. Wade Murphy out to neutral ice. Pushes ahead to his right from Miller. Pass goes tape to tape. Miller gets it one-handed away by Teixeira. Miller gets it back along the far side, and he'll dump it off the end boards. Dennison rolls it to the near side. It kicks to the corner. Dennison feeds it back to the far side for Teixeira. He'll guide it ahead towards Fitz as the puck skips into the Idaho zone. Run down by Merchant, who gets to Nick Canati, one of the faster Steelheads. He's in the far corner, and he just dances around and spins to Merchant. Merchant, the Idaho line, gets across to Murphy, who crosses center ice, gets around Fitz. He'll back in it in deep. Cranley behind his net. Pushed it to the near side. As it goes to Aaron Aragon, who started the year with Idaho, played in 4 regular season games, was very productive before getting released and signed by Utah. Dennison to Aragon at center ice across the red. Now he steps over the blue. He'll tap it off the end boards and chase after it. Grizzlies change up around him. As Aragon delivers a hit on Jake Murray, Idaho moves it ahead. Steelheads cross center ice. They enter the zone 3-on-3. Niram throws it directly to Gallant. Problem plays for the Grizzlies. As great hustle at neutral ice by Nathan Burke. Idaho over the offensive line. Curry taps it off a Stucker stick. Near corner. Milamak gets the puck. He's near Niram. He drops it for Niram. He's in the near corner. He feeds it up top. Kudla back after serving his 10-minute misconduct. Skates towards the corner. Gets hit by Messner and divorced from the puck. Burke throws it to the Idaho line where it's run down by Reese Harsh, who got the series started with the goal early on Wednesday night. As Harsh glides towards the near side. No, he moves it across. Milamak crosses center ice, left wing, and he'll wrap it around the boards. As Cranley couldn't cut it off. Wickers directs it behind Utah's net to Stucker, who pushes ahead. Cutler has a glance off his stick, and it goes to the Idaho line for Harsh. Both teams spread the ice. Long-range pass connects to White. He'll tap it off a stanchion. Idaho has to reset as White throws it across. Kawaguchi chasing after it, as is Cutler. Cutler gathers the puck. He'll tattoo it off the far side. Register chasing after it, and it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies with 10:57 left in the third. What great action here at Maverik Center. Remember, next week the Grizzlies will be home as well. Wednesday night's going to be a Smith's family night. 4 tickets for $40 and then $10 for each additional ticket after that. Fans are having a good time. Section 114 seems to be pretty full. What exciting action here at Maverik Center. What can you say? The last 3 Saturdays, the 2 before tonight were outstanding at home, and tonight looks like a fun one as well. Utah leading 2-0. Idaho wins the draw there in the attack zone. Zins over to Register. Right side one-timer goes wide as he missed glove side on Cranley. Stapley will bounce it to Manning. Over to Cutler left side. Cutler over the line. Onside. He gets to Stapley right side. Trying to center it to Manning. And it's blocked away by Zins. As Utah far circle. Pass picked off by Idaho. Cutler one-hands it away. Now Zins will backhand it out to center ice. McCallum couldn't gather it. As Wesley will shuffle towards the near side. Now he reverses field. Gets it back to Mayhew. He's in the far corner deep in the Grizzlies zone as Utah spreads the ice about halfway through the third. Mayhew gets a new try with ease. Now he crosses center, and he'll chip it into the right corner, which is on the far side. Grizzlies skating from left to right, from right to left here in the third period. Idaho from left to right. Still heads around their net. Murphy long-range pass connects. But Wesley pokes it away from Kumatsis. Wesley far side. Gentle push and a mild arc, and the old biscuit goes to new tries. As all 2 Steelheads collide as Kumatsis elbowed Murphy at new tries. Idaho back in their own zone. Zins right wings it to Murphy. Murphy, one of the best forwards in the league, will skip it in. Kumatsis far side gets it back up top. As Murray throws to the far circle. Hot pass couldn't be handled by Kumatsis. Up top, Kanati, shadowed by Berg, rolls along the boards. Murphy and Kumatsis behind the net. Wesley pins Kumatsis along the boards. Idaho throws to the far point, nobody home. Jake Murray runs it down. Both teams will reshuffle the deck. 9.5 minutes left in the third. Utah still leads 2-0. Not many shots taken by either side here in the third. Reese Harsh ahead. Kumatsis couldn't reach it. Fitz over towards Aragon, who lunged for it but couldn't gather it. Near side, Merchant rolls it along the wall. Cranley cuts it off behind his net. He'll pitch it to Aragon in the near side. Glanced off his skate. Harsh will bounce it off of Milamok. Idaho in the attack zone. Miller near side. Lefty shot is blocked away about 5 feet in front of Cranley. Penner directs it towards the left. Aragon couldn't get it, and it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies with 8:52 left in the third. Grizzlies have 2 shots here in the third period. Idaho's taken 4. It's interesting. A team that's dominated the shot count in each of the first 2 games have lost. On Wednesday night, Grizzlies had a big shot advantage of a +12 margin, but Idaho got a victory. Last night, Idaho outshot Utah by a wide margin. It was 37-25, but yet the Grizzlies came away with a win. Shots have been pretty close to even throughout the contest. Grizzlies win the draw. Dennison will shovel it out to new tries. Glove by Kudla, gets hit in the back by Fitz. Kudla almost lost his helmet. He puts it back on at new tries, and he zips it up. Near corner, Miller delivers a hit on Dennison. Tekshera skates over there as Milamak delivers a big hit on Penner. Penner goes flying as Idaho rolls along the boards. Our Curry over there, play starting to get physical. As arm is raised by the referee. It's going to be a penalty. Who's it going to be on? And it's going to be on Idaho, it looks like, as it was touched up by Reese Harsh. Let's see. I don't know. It looks like the referee is looking towards the Grizzlies bench. Kudla talking things over. Holding's going to be the call. Jade Miller. Let's see. They're going towards the Steelhead zone, so it looks like it's going to be a Grizzlies power play. Jade Miller talking things over. Let's see. Nobody's going to the box yet. The door is open to the Idaho penalty box. Who's it going to be on? They're still trying to identify the player. Jade Miller. Can't believe it. He's getting the penalty. Kyle Mayhew talking with Alex Bocage. Jade Miller is headed to the box for 2 minutes. 8:21 left in the third. It's the Grizzlies 2 and the Steelheads nothing. As Miller and Dennison collided, and Miller pushed Dennison along the boards and just continued to hold him up there. Puck rolls along the far side. Mayhew keeps it in the attack zone over to Fitz behind the net. He'll zip it to the near side, off the wall. Safely over to Bocage. He gets cut off by White, who clears it out. Mayhew gallops after it. Merchant closes the gap. Big time hit as Merchant one-handed it off the Grizzlies end boards. White delivers a shot on Mayhew. Big hit by Mayhew on Merchant as Mayhew gets out to new tries. Pound for pound, one of the toughest guys in the league. He'll drop it off for Cutler across the center ice. So right wing it to Bocage. Enters the zone. He'll get to Cutler. He'll take a righty lefty shot. He scores! Brandon Cutler gets his second of the game, and there's babies in the refrigerator as the Grizzlies have taken a 3-0 lead. Boy, Cutler found himself all alone on the far side. Just took a lefty shot and roofed it over Thompson. This Maverik Center crowd of 7,569 are going nuts. One of the best goal scorers in the league now has 2. Cutler scored his 32nd of the year on a power play, 14-24 in. He gets his second power play goal of the night and 33rd of the season. As Cutler now has 9 power play goals on the campaign. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Steelheads nothing. As Cutler scores 12-15 into the third with Bocage and Mayhew getting the assist. For Mayhew, that's his second assist. Grizzlies cross center ice. Wickers dumps it in. Puck goes towards the far side. Manning behind Idaho's net. As they'll throw it to the far side. Berg chasing after it. Berg gets up top to Stucker. Stucker right side over to Berg, who tapped it towards the net. And it goes wide. Wickers over behind the net. Rolls towards Thompson. Idaho feeds it back to the near side. Steelheads shovel it out to center. Foot race, McCallum after it. Burke gathers it for Utah. He'll get it ahead to Manning, who dumps it in. Thompson behind his net. Will feed it to Murray. As Murray moves it across Idaho. Across the center ice. Kanadi gallops into the zone, trying to get Milmock. It's taken away by Stucker. Advances it to Burke. Burke 1-on-4 over the line. Looks for a lefty shot, and it's blocked away. Idaho skates around their net. Kanadi back in the near corner. So move it across. Now back to Kanadi. He's in the near goal line. He'll push it ahead to McCallum. He moves it across. Harsh loses it, but it rolls to McCallum. Back towards Harsh, who was skating in a different direction. Aragon flies it in. Near corner. Kawaguchi avoids Fitz's check. Now Aragon collides with Harsh. Those two have been physical with each other all night. Over in the near corner, Kawaguchi moves it across. Wade Murphy gets the new tries. 2-on-3. He skates over the line. He'll skate towards his right. Whistle blows. Cranley makes a save as the Steelheads were offside. As Fitz yells at Murphy as Murphy took the shot after the whistle blew with 6:17 left in the third. So Drowns make new tries with 6:17 left in the third. It's the Grizzlies 3, and the Steelheads nothing. Draw one by Idaho near side. Zins dumps it in. Teixeira over in the area, and so push it ahead. Penner left wings out to Aragon, who couldn't handle it at center ice. Zins across the register is in his own zone. Idaho skating from left to right. He'll push it ahead. Puck skips towards Murphy, right wing. He crosses center ice. He'll roll it along the boards. His left side. Lefty shot goes wide. Murphy, right point. Moves to the high slot for Register. Register gets pushed by Bocage. Register in the left point. Reverses field. He'll push it ahead. Slot. Glanced off of Niram's stick and goes back to Utah. Berg with a right wing push to Bocage. You cross the center ice. He'll chip it in. Grizzlies change up skaters around him. Bocage around the net. Gets held up from behind by Register. No call. Now Register gets it back near goal line. 5.5 minutes left in the third. Ahead to Niram. Glanced off his stick. Bocage over the line onside right side. Pushes across. The puck skips to Gallant near side. Now to Berg. Bocage in the area. Berg, Bocage with the puck. Former draft pick of the Avalanche, third round. Right side. Saucers to Berg in the slot. He'll take a lefty shot that's blocked by Register stick. Bocage with a good shoulder push of Zins. Gallant back in the corner. Zips it out in front. Register gets a stick in the way. Now right side. Wesley shot goes wide. As Gallant feeds up top to Mayhew. Less than 5 minutes left in regulation. Utah's up 3-0. Berg centers over to Gallant to take a shot. Saved by Thompson. All right, great feed by Berg onto Gallant in the slot. Gallant fired a righty shot glove side, but Thompson made the save. Time out on the ice, 4:48 left in the third. Brandon Cutler has 2 power play goals, and the Grizzlies have a 3-0 lead. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
4:48 left in the third period. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Steelheads 0. Utah has 2 power play goals from Brandon Cutler. Luke Manning scored in the first period. He was the Upton first goal of the game scorer. On the Idaho side, we're still trying to predict the fish. Who's going to score first for the Steelheads tonight? As it's over to the near side, Jade Miller will take the draw against Luke Manning. Now Miller's kicked out of the circle. Millimak will take it. So Grizzlies 3, Steelheads 0. 4 minutes and 46 seconds left in the third. Idaho wins the draw. They'll fly it out to center ice. Stucker over to Manning. Manning at center ice near the Grizzlies bench. Idaho took it away. Millimak gets back checked by Stapley, and the puck goes back towards Wickers. Now Wickers battles with Millimak. Manning in the area. Wickers as well as a 2-on-2 battle. It's Kumatsis. Millimak over there. Millimak gets cut off by Stucker. Taking it as Wickers. He'll stop along Utah's end boards and spread the ice. He feeds to Manning. He's at the Utah line. He'll chip it ahead. As the puck goes back to Jake Murray. He skates towards the far corner. Pivots. Skates back the other way. And he'll feed it ahead. Now across to the right side for Kanadi. Pass goes tape to tape. He'll step over the line. Stop at the right point. Dance around. He'll swagger towards the right circle. Being held up by Cutler. Slot. McCallum shot saved by Cranley. Rebound goes to the right side. Kanadi moves it across. Murray couldn't gather it. Trying to close the gap is Berg. Murray gathers it and brushes to his right for Kumatsis, who ran into the linesman. Kumatsis gathers it back. He'll step over the line, veer off to the left. Kumatsis now far goal line. Sharp angled shot goes wide. Right point. Reese Harsh pushes across. Kudla fires towards the net. Gets redirected by a stick of A.J. White and goes wide. Texture in their corner runs it down, and he'll lift it all the way as it skips at center ice. Taking it the Idaho line's Kudla. Ahead to McCallum. He gets poked away by Dennison, who's played a good game. Grizz really have brought their A game here tonight. Messner crossing center ice, so backhanded to Fitz at the Idaho line. Fitz as a glance off his stick. As he'll move it ahead. As Idaho gets it towards Kawaguchi, who fires towards the net. Kick saved by Cranley. Fitz will backhand it ahead as Thompson wants icing, and the linesmen agree. Icing on Utah with 2:59 left in the third. So draw is going to come back towards Will Cranley from the far side. Draw one by Idaho, but it goes back to center ice. Grizzlies left wing enter the zone. Skating ends Penner, drops off for Fitz. Will take a shot that goes wide as the ricochets out of play with 2:41 left in the third. As the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Draws in the nearest circle. Fans are having a great time at Maverik Center. And as Idaho wins the draw back in their own zone, skating from left to right. As they'll dump it all the way. Cranley behind his net plays it. Cranley shuffles towards the far side. And the Grizzlies clear it out. Still in net is Brian Thompson, who has stopped 23 of 26. Idaho towards the near side at neutral ice. Murphy ahead. And it's cut off by Fitz, who lofts it into the Steelhead zone near side, taken by Trevor Zins, the St. Thomas product. He was a college teammate with Luke Manning for a couple years. Zenz crosses center ice. No, brush it ahead. Miller, far corner, big-time collision. Miller and Josh Wesley as Idaho, just outside the far circle, gets it up top. Zenz over towards Murray, who faked the shot, gets it off the near boards, and he'll get it in deep as Miller pushes Wesley. Murphy gets physical. Bocage with the puck. 1:50 left in the third. Utah's up by a field goal, 3-0. That's in football terms. As Millamont crosses center ice, he gets a good shoulder check from Bocage. Bocage pushes Millamont in the back. Puck goes towards the Utah line where it's taken by Wickers. As Wickers dances around the near side. Ahead towards Mayhew. He crosses center. He'll push it to his right for Stapley down the middle. Tries to split a double team. He gets dragged down by Canadi. No call. Officials are letting him play in the third period. Manning between his legs goes to Kumatsis, who races with the puck out to center ice. He'll cross center. Big time hit delivered by Wickers, cutting off Kumatsis' angle. Wickers has some words for the Arizona State product, Kumatsis. 1:10 left in the third. Grizzlies out to center ice. It's literally kicked by Kudla onto Kumatsis, who enters the zone. He'll skate towards the far circle. Dropping off. One-timer swung and missed by Arcuri. Stapley gets tripped up. Cutler around the boards. Harsh right side. Centers it. Lefty shot is blocked away. Now shot and a score. And after the whistle, some pushing and shoving onto Wickers as Willie Niram is going to attack Quinn Wickers. He's got his face covered by a shield. Idaho finds the back of the net to make it 3-1. As there's a lot of traffic out there, Kumatsis was in the area. And then after the whistle, Wickers, who was pretty aggressive that shift, Harsh trying to drag the helmet of Wickers off. And his play starting to get physical. Idaho did get on the board with 54 seconds left in the third, which is unfortunate for the shutout bid for Will Cranley. Register arguing. Niram's going to get a penalty. As Niram arguing that Wickers should be going the box with them. So it looks like it's now 3-1 Grizzlies. I mean, assuming it's Niram, it was probably what happened after the goal got scored. They still have a 0 on the scoreboard for Idaho. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 26-24. Brandon Cutler has 2 goals. As Andrew Collins, a linesman, wants to close the door, he tells Niram to take a seat. Niram having some words. As the Grizzlies going to get a power play. It's now 3-1. As Drow's going to be at center ice. Having a good time here on a Saturday night. As looks like penalties. Well, the goal was scored by Kumatsis with the assist going to Reese Harsh. And Niram gets a roughing minor. Bocage gets it. Grizzlies in the attack zone. Nathan Burke around Idaho's net. He'll chip it to the near side. As the puck goes back to Josh Wesley. He'll feed it to Messner. Messner over to Burke behind the net. Burke over to Bocage far side. Bocage will drop it for Mayhew. Right side. As Mayhew in the high slot, 26 seconds left. He'll fire towards the net. Thompson makes the save. Puck's still alive. And now we got some wrestling going on. Cutler and Burke. As Burke over to Bocage. 15 seconds left. This baby's in the refrigerator. It's a late penalty, and it's going to be on Idaho. Puck hippity hops out to center ice. Mayhew throws it towards Merchant. 10.5 seconds left, and what's going to be a Grizzlies victory as Idaho's Reese Harsh gets a penalty. Grizzlies are going to win 2 out of 3 games in the series. So Draws give me the Idaho zone. So Reese Harsh gets a penalty, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 power play. As goalie interference, well, just be interference, I imagine, on Harsh. As there's 10.5 seconds left in the third period. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Steelheads 1 as Brandon Cutler scored 2 power play goals. Luke Manning found the back of the net as well. Right side shot, a score! Kyle Mayhew scores on a blast from the far circle. And it's now a 4-1 game. This baby's definitely in the refrigerator tonight. Have a cold beverage on us as Utah is going to come away with 2 standings points in a series win against the playoff-bound Steelheads. And with Tulsa losing tonight, Utah is now tied for 3rd in the Mountain Division. Mayhew gets his 15th of the year. And the fans are going absolutely crazy here at Maverik Center. Just about all of them have stayed to the end. 3 power play goals for the Grizzlies tonight. And fans get fries from Carl's Jr. As the Grizzlies with a dominating performance tonight. Cranley had a shutout for 59 minutes before Kumatsi scored. Draw 1, and we get a fight as Milamok is attacking a Grizzly. He is attacking a Grizzly at center ice with 5 seconds left in the third. I'm not sure the second guy dropped his gloves, and that was Adam Berg. Milamok's going to get an early shower, as right off the draw, he went right after Adam Berg. Milamok's going to get an early shower. 3 thrilling Saturday night victories here at Maverik Center in the month of March. March 9th, Utah overcoming a 2-goal deficit to win against Rapid City 5-4. Bokaj had 5 points that night. March 9th, the Military Night Miracle, 3 goals in 68 seconds. Tonight, a dominating start-to-finish performance by the Grizzlies, winning 4-1 against Idaho, and the Steelheads have lost their cool here at the end of regulation. As Matt Register is upset, draws, looks like it's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. As Cole Gallant will go over the boards. Hey, it's a potential playoff matchup. And remember, these teams will meet a couple weeks from now in Boise, the final 2 games of the regular season. A double minor for roughing for Connor Milamok. Draws, give me the near circle. 5.4 seconds left in the third. 5-on-3 power play. Grizzlies win it. They get it up top to Stucker. Fires towards the net. Thompson makes a save. Now Stucker and is in a fight at the buzzer. And that will do it. Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win 4-1, and there is no doubt about it. As Stucker took a shot at the very end, and Idaho took offense. As we got a wrestling match at neutral ice. Nick Canati and Robbie Stucker. Berg goes to the dressing room. From start to finish, the Grizzlies with a dominating performance. The series on the line after the Grizzlies looking for a playoff spot. Come to Maverik Center. They lose the series opener, but win 2 unanswered. 5-4 last night. This Maverik Center crowd is going crazy as Grisby waves the flag. Confetti and popcorn flying everywhere. And with Tulsa losing tonight, the Grizzlies are now tied for 3rd in the Mountain Division. And with the Grizzlies potentially owning the tiebreaker, which is regulation wins, and the Grizzlies do have that tiebreaker. As we sit right now, if the playoffs start today, this will be a first-round matchup, Utah and Idaho. And who wouldn't want to see a 7-game series between these 2 fierce rivals who seem to have developed a little bit of beef over the last 3 games. Grizzlies are going nuts at center ice. You talk about Grizzmania alive and well. A very successful month of March here at Maverik Center. 14 games in March. The Grizzlies ended up with a record of 7-5-2. Standings points in 9 of 14 games. Kyle Mayhew with a power play goal towards the end. And what a victory. What can you say? 3 of the last 4 Saturdays. In fact, the last 3 Saturday home games have been just absolutely outstanding. What can you say? High drama here at Maverik Center. And with the series on the line, you knew Idaho was going to play hard. Grizzlies came up with a grade A effort to pick up the 2 standings points, and they inched that much closer to a postseason berth. Final score from Maverik Center, it's Utah Grizzlies 4 and the Idaho Steelheads 1. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds. It's the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, More amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
What a victory for the Grizzlies tonight. Final score, Grizzlies 4, Steelheads 1, as Utah gets their 31st victory this season. They are 31-33-3. They win 2 out of 3 games in the series. And you got a feeling that everybody in attendance got their money's worth this evening. The hockey renaissance in the Salt Lake Valley is alive and well. Third star is Luke Manning, who scored 1 goal. Second star, Will Cranley, who saved 23 of 24. He stopped all but 1. He had a shutout for the first 59 minutes of the game. And the number 1 star with 2 power play goals. He now has 33 on the season. It's Brandon Cutler. Cutler with 4 shots. He was a -1 tonight. It was really the power play, but the Grizzlies made their mark. They finished the night 2 for 7 on the power play. Idaho was 0 for 4. A lot happened there in the final minute of play. Let's recap the scoring as it sits in the box score right now. There was no score first 18 and a half minutes of play. Luke Manning found the back of the net on a centering pass. He was all alone and went glove side over Thompson. He picked up his second goal. He now has a goal in back-to-back games. Mayhew and Messner with the assists. Utah led 1-0 after 1. Grizzlies outshot the Steelheads 11-10 in the first period. Late in the second period, Grizzlies got a power play after Matt Register got an elbowing minor, 13-16 in. Cutler got his first of 2 on the night. Brett Stapley and Alex Bocage with the assists. Utah led 2-0 after 2 periods. Grizz outshot the Steelheads 11-8 in the second. In the third period, Grizzlies got on a power play after a Jade Miller holding minor, 11:39 in, and Cutler scored his second of the night on a one-timer with Bocage, and Mayhew gained the assist. That gave Utah a 3-0 lead. The game winner was Cutler's first goal, the one that was scored in the second period. Will Cranley had a shutout in the first 59 minutes and 5 seconds of play. Demetrios Koumatsis scored from the slot with 55 seconds left, with Reese Harsh getting the assists. There was a lot happening. There were some confrontations. Mayhew scored at the very end, 19:52 in, with Bocage and Cutler getting the assists. And it looked like Idaho took offense to the fact that Mayhew took the shot when the game already in, with the game pretty much out of reach. The game was pretty much over, and Idaho took offense that Mayhew took the shot. And then right at the very end, Stucker took a shot at the buzzer, and Nick Canati went after him for taking the shot at the buzzer. And so Canati and Stucker put together a wrestling match, and it appears that at the buzzer, Canati and Kawaguchi for Idaho each got 10-minute misconducts. I mean, the game's over at that point, so I guess it's just something that puts on your record there in terms of penalty minutes, nothing more than that. Adam Berg and Robbie Stucker also got misconducts at the end of regulation, which, like I said, game's over. You can do whatever you want with the penalty minutes, I guess, but those fouls offset. And who knows, it's not like the next time these teams meet, those guys will have to start the game in the penalty box serving a misconduct. It's just there's no carryover from game to game in that regard. As we mentioned, the last 3 home dates on Saturdays have turned into absolute thrillers. And with the series on the line, and for the Grizzlies, seeing that Tulsa lost, and obviously the guys in the locker room didn't know until maybe the second intermission at the earliest that Tulsa had lost to Wichita. Grizzlies are now tied for third place in the Mountain Division with Tulsa. Both teams have 65 standings points. And as we sit right now, the Grizzlies do have the tiebreaker, so they would be the third place team. Meaning, if you enjoyed what you saw this weekend, we'll get a little of this. Could be a potential playoff matchup. I don't know. 7 games of this series would be a ton of fun. I know that. Best rivalry in the league for my money. Obviously, there's a little bit of a bias as I see every Grizzlies Steelheads matchup, but hey, what can you say? Ton of fun here at Maverik Center. And Brandon Cutler, when the Grizzlies needed it the most, they really needed a team effort. And to beat Idaho, obviously, they're going to need everybody to contribute. And that was the big thing. All 6 defensemen played well. Seemed like the Grizzlies got contributions. And even if it wasn't necessarily goals or assists, they got contributions from every line. Grizzlies made sure to kind of either match Idaho's physical tone or play more physical brand of hockey. I mean, it was a complete match. It was a complete victory for the Grizzlies. And how about Will Cranley? A shutout for the first 59 minutes of regulation. And there were some good shots by Idaho. I mean, you talk about, Cranley's glove is as good as I'd seen all year. And that's about as well as I've seen Cranley. He picks up 2 victories against Idaho in the month of March. March 2nd, which also happened to be a Saturday. The Grizzlies in Saturdays in the month of March finished up with, I believe, a 4-1 record. Actually, the Grizzlies in Saturdays, I remember it was the middle game in the Rapid City series they won. Grizzlies went 5-0 in Saturdays in the month of March. So what can you say? I guess if you're a Grizzlies fan, just pretend that every game's a Saturday, and it's really so the Saturday magic. For the 5 victories coming here at Maverik Center. Hey, what can you say? Will Cranley came up big for the Grizzlies when they needed it the most. It looks like in the third period, the Grizzlies had 5 scoring chances. Idaho had 3. Grizzlies ended up winning the faceoff battle by about 6 or 7. There weren't that many shots overall in the third period. Grizzlies had 7 to Idaho's 6. Stucker, I think they're going to count that one at the buzzer as Utah wins 4-1, and we'll see the Steelheads again 2 more times in the regular season. The final 2 games, April 12th and 13th at Idaho Central Arena. Remember, for the Grizzlies, their homestand continues. They got a 3-game set against Tattoohead's Kansas City Mavericks beginning on Wednesday night. It's a Wednesday, Friday, Saturday series next week. All 3 nights will start at 7:10. And we want to see a big crowd here at Maverik Center. And, if you talk about any of these 3 games, you're talking about fans coming away with their money's worth. And if you came to a Saturday home game in the month of March, you really got your money's worth. Those are the sort of memories that 20 years down the road, you might remember a night like this. They talk about kind of a playoff intensity. Well, that's what tonight kind of felt like. And for the Grizzlies, obviously, they're going to have to play playoff-type hockey just to get into the postseason, especially with the quality of opponents they're going to have to face. Obviously, Idaho's a quality opponent, and Kansas City, record-wise, the best in the league. So you're talking about, needing to play good hockey to get into the playoffs, and that might be just what the doctor ordered. Sometimes you see those teams that have to play playoff-type hockey, and they have to play well just to get into the postseason. You see those teams carry that momentum and end up having playoff success as a result. Could that happen to the Grizzlies here? I don't know. Well, I know that March was pretty productive for the Grizzlies. They ended the month with a 7-5-2 record. It's the 3rd straight winning month for the Grizzlies. Remember, they were 8-17 and in last place at Christmas time. The Grizzlies really put together a great turnaround, and it's been an effort with guys like Brandon Cutler and Brett Stapley, who contributed mightily to the cause. The Grizzlies playing well at home and really doing a good job protecting leads at home. They are now 11-0 at home when leading after 1 period. They're 14-1 at home when leading after 2. And the Grizzlies, when scoring first, that was the case here tonight. They are 17-0-1 at home when scoring first. So the Grizzlies put together a great effort. Once again, the 3 stars. Luke Manning is the 3rd star, although you got to give some consideration to Kyle Mayhew, who scored that goal at the very end. He ended the night with 1 goal and 2 assists. Alex Bocage also deserves honorable mention honors, as he had 3 assists and was a +1. So Alex Bocage really put together a pretty good month of March, capitalized with a 3-assist performance. And Brandon Cutler, obviously, with the 2 goals and 1 assist. He did get an assist on the Mayhew goal, 19:52 into the 3rd period. As we're still kind of calculating the misconducts. There were 4 misconducts at the end of regulation. Nick Canadian, Jordan Kawaguchi for Idaho, Adam Berg, and Robbie Stucker for the Grizzlies. It's the first time in this series that the team that won the shot battle, the shot count, ended up winning the game. Utah had 29 shots, and the Steelheads had 24. Great crowd here at Maverik Center, 7,569. We're here for the occasion. The hockey renaissance in the Salt Lake Valley continues. Over the last, I'd probably say the start point was the teddy bear toss. Since then, the Grizzlies have had some amazing crowds. In fact, since the teddy bear toss, Grizzlies are averaging over 7,000 fans per game. And for the season, obviously with this great crowd, Grizzlies are around 5,900 fans per game. And Utah is on pace for their best average attendance since the 2002-03 season. We're dating back 21 years there. The Grizzlies that year were in the American Hockey League. So this would be the best attendance totals on average since the Grizzlies joined this league in the 2005-06 season. The homestand continues, and you're going to want to be part of Grizzmania. The hockey renaissance here in the Salt Lake Valley continues, and Wednesday night is going to be a big opener of a series against the Kansas City Mavericks. It's the first time that the Grizzlies will face Kansas City at Maverik Center during the regular season, and we want to see a big crowd here for all three games. Wednesday is going to be a Smith family night, 4 tickets for $40 and then $10 for each additional ticket. Friday night is going to be an AFCU Friday. Wednesday, Smith family night. Friday, an AFCU Friday. And then Saturday is fan appreciation night presented by Les Schwab Tires. Well, now I'll wrap things up. Everybody in attendance, although there were quite a few Steelheads fans that made the trip, just about everybody ended up going home happy. Time of game, a happy 2 hours and 15 minutes. We'll take that all day, any day. Attendance, 7,569. Brandon Cutler scored 2 power play goals. Grizz went 3 for 9 on the power play. Idaho was 0 for 4. Will Cranley was outstanding. Obviously, the goal 55 seconds left in regulation. Ended the shutout bid. Would have been his first as a pro. But Cranley was outstanding, stopping 23 of 24. Well, now wrap things up. The crowd is still trying to file out of here what can you say? There's going to be a big to do in the parking lot. It's going to be a little bit tough to get out of here tonight, but it was certainly worth it for all Grizzlies fans. And what a month of March. You talk about 3 thrilling home games on Saturday nights. March 9th, obviously the comeback against Rapid City with Bocage scoring 5 points. Then 2 weeks ago, the Military Night Miracle where the Grizzlies overcame a 4-1 deficit late in the third period. And tonight, from start to finish, you could just tell the Grizzlies brought their A game. Cranley made some saves early and really settled in and played an outstanding game. And, one of the big things and the big difference between, Wednesday's 6-2 loss in the last 2 games, Grizzlies had their chances on Wednesday, just couldn't find a way to bury them. Last night and tonight, Grizzlies had their chances and they buried them into the back of the net, and they scored 4 goals against a really good goaltender in Brian Thompson, who saved 25 of 29. We'll now wrap things up once again in 2 hours and 15 minutes and in front of a great crowd of 7,569. The Utah Grizzlies take over a tie for third in the Mountain Division with the Tulsa Oilers as they get a 4-1 victory behind 2 power play goals from Brandon Cutler, Kyle May, who had 1 goal and 2 assists, and Alex Bocage had 3 assists. Join us on Wednesday night, 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off, but we want to see you here at Maverik Center as it's the final homestand of the regular season. As Grizzlies take on the first-place Kansas City Mavericks in a 3-game set. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. You've been listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott. Have a good night, everybody.